Welcome to Gamer Actual, the weekly podcast dedicated on some of the biggest in gaming news. You can find us on all major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify, with a visual version of the podcast being available on youtube.com/gameractual. This podcast is also brought to you in part by the guys over at X Elements. To find out more about X Element, check out the description below. Now,
Shout out.
without further ado, I'm your boy Cash, and with me tonight are my co-hosts, The Heartless and Germ. Fellas, what's good?
Hi.
What's good? How's everyone?
I'm chilling right
I
now,
got
bro. How y'all feeling?
I got Evo Japan open in a tab, so I'm a little distracted.
Oh no.
No, I'm
What
kidding.
are they playing, by the way?
Did I get Heartless?
Street
I'm
Fighter
saying, what are they
6
playing right now? Street Fighter?
Street Fighter 6 finals today, and Tekken's finals are today.
Nice, cool.
But it's
Okay.
actually not going right now. I was just kidding. It's not till later because Japan's got they're ahead of us. I don't know, but
So this week, guys, we're gonna kind of do things a little different tonight because we have so many game releases this week. We are kind of switching topics a little bit. We're not gonna hop right into the games that released this week, and we're gonna more focus on the major gaming news, and then we can all talk about the biggest gaming releases of this week. How y'all feel about that?
Nice. I like that.
cool. So whatever time we have left, we'll focus on the games at the end.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Now let's go.
let's just hop right into the whole freaking BlizzCon situation. What do you guys think about that? I've never really thought about it that much, but I know there are a lot of people who are a fan of BlizzCon. Jerem, what do you think about it?
Well, everyone, BlizzCon 2024 has been canceled officially by Blizzard. So they did come out and say, yes, they are canceling this year. Any announcements that they do intend to make game-wise, they're going to find other avenues to make those announcements. Which, but they do say it's not the end of BlizzCon. They are going to continue to do it, but the main disappointment is this particular BlizzCon or Warcraft is its 30th. This year is the 30th anniversary of Warcraft.
Oh, wow.
So it kind of feels like they're missing an opportunity to celebrate, one of the greatest franchises of all time. So Blizzard did come out and say that they are going to announce any announcements they have to make in other matches. But they kind of already did a new expansion for World of Warcraft. It's called The War Within. That's their next expansion on some kind of Xbox showcase. So I find that just really interesting that they would skip a year like that just to support. I don't know if this is something that Microsoft forced on them or they're doing it for financial reasons.
Actually, you might be right about that. Now that you say that,
They're claiming it's a Blizzard decision.
Yeah, that's what this article is saying, that it was solely Blizzard's decision, which why would you skip an event?
I can
like
think
that?
of one
You know
reason.
it's over.
Why?
So essentially it's been almost. They did it last year, so it's been 3 of the last 4 years. There's been no BlizzCon, so maybe they just don't. Do they just not want to do this anymore? It's just
no, because if they say they're going to continue it, I think it's probably because what they said in the article is basically the cards don't align for the event this year.
Yeah,
Information wise.
So
I agree. I think that could be like one of the possibilities besides financial reasons. Maybe the event doesn't produce money, or maybe their development teams are too early into projects to have anything to give to people.
But let's also be real. Like, the hype around Blizzard games have really dropped off in recent years. Like Blizzard, Diablo 4 is really limping right now with quality. Warcraft, while it has its player base, how many people have Warcraft in their mouth these days? People don't talk about it that much.
Not that much, no. I do agree with that.
The people that play it, they don't talk about that they play it anymore. It's just kind of out. It's just kind of there.
It's almost like a guilty pleasure now.
Yeah, I bet you it feels like people talk about Yu-Gi-Oh and games like those today more than Warcraft is mentioned in the average crowd. That's
Overwatch though.
Yeah, and we all know what happened with Overwatch.
I mean, it's still. We can say that, but Overwatch still had 40,000 viewers yesterday on Twitch.
Yeah, it does still pop. It does still grab the audience. It does still have an audience. So see, it just brings it back around to why would Blizzard cancel this without any outside pressure from Microsoft?
Plus, there's a lot of events coming up that I feel like pretty soon. Like Summer Games Fest is right around the corner, so they can make a lot of their announcements there. And maybe what they have, like Heartless says, maybe what they have is just not enough to justify having a major event like BlizzCon this year.
Exactly.
So
Mhm.
there could be
And
that.
there was an article that I found while I was doing research for stories this week. There was an article I found about the financial burden that Microsoft took on buying Activision Blizzard. Um, it's kind of crippled the company.
No, it
So
makes it did
yeah, so
because
maybe that could be a reason too.
they're not getting reaping the benefits of this company anytime
At
soon.
least not yet.
No,
So, um, has anyone gone to BlizzCon? I personally never been, even though it's in Southern California. I have never been.
I'd love to go.
I've never been huge into Blizzard games. I mean, I'm a super casual fan on Blizzard games. I've never played World of Warcraft either, but
I used to play World of Warcraft. I used to be
I've heard it's a
very
super
heavy in World of
addicting
Warcraft.
game.
It's been a
It
while
can
though.
consume your life, and I purposely stay away for
Mhm.
that reason, because I don't need to get sunk into another game.
Yeah, I was super invested at one point, bro. Trust me, every day,
I
every
hear,
day.
I hear that game is like that. Once it's
It
got its
is.
hooks
It
in
is.
you,
It is.
it's game over
Especially
for
if you
anything
kind of
else.
have like your own little like community with that, like, and all at the time it was just a craze among me and my friends. So it's like everyone was just feeding off of like each other's hype for the game. So that's what it felt like. So we
You know what I
constantly
think?
were playing.
You know what I think Blizzard could really benefit from is they need to dive into other forms of media again like they did before. Remember Overwatch had those cool like digital comics and things
They
like
did it.
that.
They tried it.
And there needs to be movies, TV shows. Think of a Fallout style show for Warcraft. You know what I mean? They need to dive hard into these other forms of
But they
media to
tried though, but
revive
they
their
failed.
stuff.
The World of Warcraft, they put so much hype behind the World of Warcraft and they didn't do much. And the movie was good. It wasn't
Yeah,
amazing, right? But the
for a
movie
movie, it
was
was
okay.
good.
Yeah.
Not really good to the lore, from what
No,
I hear.
but it
But
was it
the
was an
movie
okay. But I
itself,
feel like
good.
the movie was just starting off, so of course I didn't expect them to go like all the way in on lore for the first movie. You kind of want to just set up the world a little bit, and then kind of do a deep dive into the rest of the lore. That's how I thought they were gonna do it.
Yeah.
So I
Plus,
was more open to seeing more of it.
how do you condense as such a huge lore dump that Warcraft is into a 2.5 hour movie? Impossible.
But but you're not putting the entire story of Warcraft into that movie. Like I said, you just start off very small and then build on that.
You introduce a character or two, or a
Exactly. That's
few.
why they started with Durtan and I can't remember that other dude's name, but right, yeah. But I do know the characters.
That's why a show, like a long season show, the longer format of a show would benefit a series
Yeah,
like this a
yes.
lot
A
more.
lot, a lot of these games would benefit more from a series as opposed to a movie. What they
Yeah,
could do is almost like what Marvel was trying to do with their shows, where they have the big budget movies, but they still have the smaller shows to kind of like represent, still tell like smaller stories within that same world. And I think that would have worked. That could have worked as
yeah.
well.
To be honest, Warcraft, the characters have always fascinated me. Like playing Hearthstone.
Hmm.
You know, Hearthstone, like the characters that are in that game, half of the card references, well, actually all the card references, and all the characters. I don't know what the hell, except for Lich King. Everyone knows Lich King.
Hmm.
You know, I know that one, but the characters as a whole have always intrigued me. So I would like to know more about them, but I don't want to play the game. It's too much game. You know, I would like to be able to get into it in another form, either be anime or books or movies. You know.
Right. Plus, there's also Diablo. Has anyone played Diablo?
I was a big fan of Diablo 3 back in the day. I
Diablo
put
4 is
lots
on
of
Game
hours
Pass right now, bro.
I can't.
Man said I can't.
Crusader and Monk. I put a lot of time into those two characters.
Yeah.
But
Why
I
not
enjoyed it a
Heartless?
lot.
No, wait. Why not Heartless?
Okay, so we got the standard I don't do top down game type scenario.
Mm-hmm.
That's obvious for me.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is to really get into Diablo. I think the fun of Diablo, you kind of have to invest a lot of time into Diablo.
Right.
I also think Diablo is a lot more fun played with friends. And then
Hmm.
I have
Yep.
this one bad story about Diablo that I'll never look at Diablo the same.
What
A few
happened?
years ago, Diablo 2 got re-released on Blizzard,
Mm-hmm.
and my friend was like, "Yo, buy this game. I really want to grind it out with you." So I bought the game, and we never once played it together.
Is that another game, or did you? Because I feel like you told this story before. Is
No,
that
it
the
was
game?
about Diablo. It was about Diablo. It was Diablo
Wow,
2.
bro.
Well, I think that's your first mistake, Carlos, is buying. I mean, Diablo 2 is a classic, but you're way behind the times. Just get 3 or 4. If you really, get, your
I
friend,
wouldn't have
your
left you
friend did you
hanging, though,
dirty
buddy.
there.
I wouldn't have left you hanging.
Your friend did you dirty
It broke
there.
my heart, man.
But
Chris, I see you, man. Chris,
well,
I see you.
and Heartless
Yeah,
knows.
but
Like if I mention a game and Heartless gets a game, we're gonna play the game.
yeah.
That's a fact.
But Diablo
Thank you.
3 was a blast back in the day, and I specifically got it because of the local co-op. It was at the time, it was really the only game that had local co-op on it. Like
Mm.
at the time, that was part of the marketing around the game too. So, like that's what sucked me in, and I enjoyed it. But on Heartless's point though, like
Mhm.
Diablo, like the game's fun the first couple times you play it, but the game really opens up when you're like 200 hours in when you unlock all these other features.
This man
It's
said
like there were
the
some
game
players that may
really
not even
opens up
do
200 hours in.
I don't
I
got the
want I
patience for
want
that.
y'all to
it.
stop and let that soak in for a second.
There's all these other features you may not even. A lot of players, like casual players, might not even know existed because they didn't get their character to the high enough level, you know. And
Mm.
so it's like, so that's what Diablo's got going for it. If you're really into it, it can keep you going for a long time. But um, I don't know. I just feel, but 4 though, I hear is a really big problem. Too much monetization, like
Speak-
microtransactions up the ass. This is bad. It's a bad situation over there in 4.
mm.
Is it pay to
Speaking
win?
of microtransactions, Escape from Tarkov and what they just did to their player base. What are your thoughts about that? So
Disgusting.
recently it came out that Escape from Tarkov has a new. Is that a new edition of the game?
Yes.
That is
Yes.
a $250 edition,
Yes.
and the new mode is locked behind that $250
The
edition.
unheard edition. The unheard
Mhm.
edition.
The unheard.
Yeah.
You're damn right, because that is unheard of, bro. And and
And
apparently they made a promise prior and let everyone know that if they bought the game, whatever comes afterwards, they would have total access to it. So they
No,
kind of lied to their community.
no, no,
so
no, 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 no. That was another edition of the game. It was a
Mm,
$150 edition of the game called the Edge of Darkness version, and
mhm.
that one promised you all future DLCs.
Right.
So this technically
These are
would be a
different.
DLC,
Oh
yep.
wow.
and
And
they're not getting it. Now they're saying that the PVE is not included in that bundle.
Escape from Tarkov into.
Tarkov.
We're talking about Escape from Tarkov.
No,
Tarkov.
he was questioning Hades, not us.
Oh, okay. No, I thought I was
yeah,
saying it
and
incorrectly.
first of all, $250 for any game.
It's
You know,
fucking.
even
It's ridiculous. I'm
that
sorry.
I wouldn't pay that much for GTA 6. That's ridiculous a price, you know.
That is. I
That's
wouldn't pay
surprising
that
coming
for
from you,
any
Jeremy.
game.
Because you're always looking to pay more for games. So I'm actually surprised you said that.
Let's see. That just shows you how far they
Bro,
they went.
$250 is not something to shake a stick at, bro. That is a lot of money.
For $250, I better get,
What does
they
shake
better
a stick
come with
mean?
EE from Stellar Blade, for $250. That's ridiculous,
It's not something to play
Uh,
with.
that's
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh.
Get it?
the I am but from what there's also a report that apparently the developers responded
Mhm.
from their criticism. Let me read this here.
Some
It
bullshit.
says the Edge of Darkness Edition owners to gain access to exclusive PvE mode amidst community backlash over pricey Unheard Edition.
They did respond, but I don't remember what they said.
It says.
see if I can find
They're
it.
saying that the PvE mode is a feature and a game mode, not a DLC.
Mm.
But still, like,
It's almost they're still trying. It's all about it's that. I feel like that's still semantics, isn't it?
It is. It's like, bro, you made me pay $150 to have me thinking that I really would not have to spend more money on this game.
Right.
And now I have to spend $250 on this
But
game.
what is the
Right.
purpose of this bundle? Is it meant to bring in new players? Is it
Bro,
meant to
for
take out?
$400, I better be able to
$250?
turn Super Saiyan.
Right.
It,
Two
In
hundred
real
and fifty
life.
dollars. What new players are coming to a game that is worth 200? No.
That's the point I was about to make. It's
Mhm.
like if you're trying to bring new players into your game, you would not charge this price. So are they trying to take money from the people that already enjoy the game? But they wouldn't pay this price either because they already have the game. You know?
Right.
So
Not only
I
that,
don't
they were given a promise that if they
Mm-hmm.
spend whatever they spent prior, they wouldn't have to spend again. So essentially, they would have to spend, how much is that? The $150 prior plus $250. How much is that? $400.
$400, bro. I better turn Super
$400.
Saiyan in real life.
there's a player on my team that plays this game, and he's always talking about it, and the rest of us actually get irritated because he won't shut up about it. But it's I don't
I
see
bet he's gonna shut up
why
about it now.
anyone. Yeah, I don't. To be honest, and this news has been out a while. I'm shocked that he has never brought this up. But the fact that he probably didn't bring it up means he's not bound to buy it.
Nobody should.
so-
Nobody should.
yeah.
Whenever companies do shit like this, I encourage the player base, the community, to close their wallets on these
And talk shit.
motherfuckers.
Specifically the shit talking part.
Yes.
Bad reviews.
Close their wallets and
You
let
know, us-
these people like reconsider what the hell they're doing.
So us as consumers, I think we should come together when developers are asking prices like these for stuff, and just be like, we're not going to play your game. Period.
Period.
Remember that call for about the OG Fortnite skin, Fortnite map, where everyone's like, the last day of it, let's just not kill each other. We're just gonna walk the map. So there should be a call like that for not playing a game.
In what
period.
game?
They're being ridiculous.
Fortnite.
Fortnite. Well, the
Does that
OG
happen?
map last year, there was all this talk about for the last day of it, just to walk around the map and not kill anyone, just to enjoy the map.
That's
there was a
crazy, 'cause
movement
I'm
like
killing all
that.
of them.
There was a movement like that.
I didn't know
And,
that. I was unaware of that.
No, it's apparently OG2's coming back.
So
Maybe they'll have
Hades says
some
in the chat, unfortunately, whale's gonna whale.
exactly.
That's true. Because even with the that gauntlet in Call of Duty, the King Kong gauntlet for $80. Like I'm pretty sure people are gonna buy that. And like we said in that episode, there are gonna be two camps. Wow, that is cool. This guy must be really cool. He spent $80 for that gauntlet. Or there's gonna be the crowd that says this guy's a fucking idiot. He spent $80 on a gauntlet.
I mean, look at Street Fighter 6 for me. I bought the best edition you could get when the game came out,
Mhm.
and it was like $95 or something like that.
But you get
And
that
I'm
battle
Damn,
pass.
bro.
It came with everything. And
came with
I'm
everything.
actually,
Did it
And I'm-
come
I'm-
with Chun-Li?
yeah, yes, of course it did. And I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I have literally put probably 400 hours into the game, so I would say I got my money's back. But $250 for a shooter,
No, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry.
no way.
Miss me. You
No
can
way.
miss me, my good sir. Promise you. That's not happening.
What would that be? Like $95, 400 hours. That would be about 50 cents an hour or something like that. So I'd say I got my money's worth, but I don't know.
I blame Germ. I blame Germ. They got word of Germ and his desire to pay more, and they were like, you know what, the consumer is evolving, and they are more
It's time
understanding.
to evolve with them.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
they are listening to the wrong person because I wouldn't buy a shooter for $80. So I don't buy shooters. So they're listening to the wrong person. See,
Yeah,
this
but-
game kind of listen to the wrong people. They catch wind of something, and boom, here we are. Maybe this will.
My question is though, what convinced these people to even come up with a price tag like this? Like, where are these guys pulling their numbers from?
So I don't know, Akash, if you're able to look it up. You should look up Miss Melania's arm thing that just got announced. Look that up, and you'll see the price difference on that. It's probably fairly comparable to this. It's for Elden Ring, that's coming out soon, like a bundle.
Mhm.
Comes with a prop of Melania's arm, and
I
it
was gonna
costs
say
quite a
something, but for commercial
it,
purposes, I'm gonna shut up. Okay,
it,
it comes with her
it
arm.
costs
Okay,
quite a bit, but at
Mhm.
least you're getting something of value there.
An
You're getting a
arm,
prop of some kind that you can mount or put up, in the background
mount or
portion.
put up. Okay, Jeremy.
Okay. Talk about sex selling. See,
Bro,
like where everyone takes it there. Just kidding.
right?
But you see, like if you're gonna charge a price like that, at least you should get something of physical,
Physical.
tangible ability.
Value. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But like,
And this
bro,
game's not doing that. Yeah, if you look that up and you put it on the screen, you'll see what I mean. It's like,
buying
it's a
shit
good
and getting a
value.
digital art book is a scam. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I think that's a scam.
I hate the idea of digital art books in general because I would want to have that on a bookshelf so that I can.
Wait, is it an NFT?
What is an NFT?
You don't know what an NFT is?
No, I know what an
Is the digital art book an NFT?
no, I don't think it is. Definitely not.
Then it's worthless.
It's worthless.
Yeah,
You can
see?
just say, "Oh,
Digital
I
art
bought
books
this
in
game and I
general.
have
just
this and I
Google
can
them.
have it forever." Huh?
I can just Google the images and look at them.
Yeah,
Yeah, digital art books are a waste of hard drive space.
exactly.
Yeah,
You're gonna
buy
eventually
those,
delete them.
you get that for free. Someone will post it on Reddit and you'll get everything for free.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
So,
Another
so
reason
that's
you don't have to
never
pay
a
for
selling.
OnlyFans subscriptions.
Oh,
Look
you're
at
gonna use
Josh's face.
is that what paywall behind Millennia's arm behind all those OnlyFans?
Right. Come on, bro. This is it's too much. All of this is just insane. It's insanity.
But if you're gonna charge a price like that, even half that price, you need to get something physical, like that Venom statue for Spider-Man. At least get something out of it that you can
Even
put
that
up.
I'm even against because with the Venom statue. So here's the kicker with all of that shit. You get the game, but it's a digital copy. You don't get the disc. You know that, right? When you bought that collector's edition, it didn't come with a disc.
Yep.
It did not come with a disc, which is crazy to even think about. I should get the disc. I should get a digital version and the figurine. That's how I think about it. This man has onlyfans.com/cashcrow. Holy shit. I should. Feet pics. Feet pics are on the way, guys. Feet pics are on the way. I got some attractive ass feet.
So is this how this podcast is getting funded?
Right.
I see why Cash needs to be on camera.
Feetfinder.com/heartless. He'll
Hey,
probably
yo,
be on that.
underscore.
The jury main.
Hey yo.
Dude, how he's quick with these IRLs.
Mhm. Yo, N2, yeah. N2 got him. He got him on lock. But yeah, let's switch up topics. Samus Aran could have been in Metroid. Not Metroid, jackass. Fortnite. But didn't happen because Nintendo. Jerem, what are your thoughts?
Okay, so Nintendo, there was a report that Nintendo, the court documents released when Epic Games re-released their shop on the Apple Store. That court documents released that apparently they were going to release Samus in Fortnite, but Nintendo stepped in, of course, with their big old no fun hammer and just squashed that to bits like a watermelon because they said they didn't want any of their IPs to be on other platforms.
They got hung up. They got hung up on the fact that their IPs would be available, will show up on a bunch of other platforms, i.e. Xbox, PlayStation, PC.
According to them, the court documents, Nintendo said they were willing to have it on there, but it had to be exclusive to the Switch.
And that's impossible.
And Epic stepped in and they said, no, we want all our players to have the same experience. So first of all, good for those guys, for standing up for their player base.
Holding the line.
For ensuring that everyone gets the same experience. But also, I wonder when in terms of matchmaking, it probably would be a nightmare for them having to isolate certain players in certain format because they're not built around that. I don't think Fortnite's ever been built. around that, right?
Fortnite is not built around like closing people off from anything.
Yeah,
it's just an open play space, basically.
It's been cross-platform from the very beginning, right?
From the very beginning.
Yeah.
So
So
that would
it's
be
very off-brand for them.
that's a big old monkey wrench in this whole operation. So might as well just like leave the character out of it at that
They
point.
probably would. There would have been no financial gain for them to make the technology to exclude Switch players only. And to be
Right.
honest, is there even enough Switch players?
What they
Maybe.
could have done is not make the character show up in like regular stores. I think they could have done like so Nintendo players would get access to it. If am I
Well,
making sense?
I suppose I could also put a filter where if you have this Samus skin on, you could play with everyone, but it'll show another skin.
No,
You
no,
know,
no, not. I'm not even that. You could still character would still show up on other platforms, but in order to attain the actual skin, you would have to buy it from the Nintendo shop. Like you would have to
and
be playing on a Switch. That's
first of
how
all,
I'm looking at it.
what is really Nintendo's problem with this? I
They
mean,
don't
I can
like
play
they don't
Master
want to
Chief.
dilute their brand.
I can
That's
play
what
as
it is.
Master Chief on my PlayStation if I played
And you can play
Fortnite.
Kratos too. Don't forget that.
Yeah,
But you can
but
gift the skin though. That's right too. And too, you're correct about that as well.
yeah, see, and you can gift skins. So
I don't
it
know,
doesn't
bro.
make sense.
I don't
Like,
know. I
why?
have
Why is
no
it?
idea what's the rationale behind.
What at
I
this
don't know.
point? What does Nintendo have to gain from locking all their IPs on their platforms? If they're not losing anything,
Culture.
I think they would have nothing to. I think they would have nothing but to gain. From having their IPs exposed to younger generations. I don't get it.
I think it's a cultural thing. That's how I'm gonna look at it. It's
I
more of a
mean,
cultural thing. It's their
well,
way of doing business is totally different than what we would consider,
I mean,
over
there
here.
are some IPs they have that are timeless.
Hmm.
Mario, of course, like those will exist forever. Everyone of every age will know who they are. But
Right.
some of these ones that are kind of becoming a little more fringe, like you could potentially say Samus is starting to become a little more fringe. Granted, it's still very popular because Smash Brothers. Think about if if Samus wasn't in Smash Brothers, probably Samus wouldn't be, as popular today as she
No,
is
no, no.
today.
Don't say that.
So,
Samus
oh
is
yeah.
a popular ass character, bro.
But would it be as popular with the last couple of generations? Because they're not pumping out Metroid games a
Yeah,
lot,
but that's the problem now.
So
But fans want Metroid. Nintendo's just doing a shitty job at pushing Metroid content. Like
yeah.
people have been asking for Metroid Prime 4 for years. Where is Metroid Prime 4, Nintendo? Where is it?
Well, you could say that's also directly related to Smash keeping it in the public eye. You could
What?
say that.
What? No, Metroid, because the Metroid Prime series is a very good series, Jeremy. Like I played
Yeah,
all of
but
them. I'm a big
they haven't
Metroid
made a
fan.
Prime. They haven't made a Prime game, a new Prime game since was it
But that's what I'm
GameCube
saying.
days?
But fans
So
have been asking for it, so it's not even for a lack of. It's not about a lack of interest because the interest is there, bro. Metroid Dread came out and Metroid Dread sold because people were clamoring for Metroid content.
yeah, well, I'm referring to
Metroid Dread was the reason why I ended up with a Nintendo Switch. I'm gonna let you know that right now. That is the only game that convinced me to buy a Nintendo Switch.
this game.
What?
Over Zelda and a bunch of others. I mean, granted,
Yes.
great game. I ain't knocking the game, but
Don't you
this one,
better not. Metroid is a hell of a game, bro.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the Metroidvania genre as a whole.
Yeah.
Got love, no love.
Lord Hades said Germ is a whole ass hater.
Hater to Metroid? Get that out of your mouth. Get those out of your mouth. I love Metroid.
Metroid is one of my
Metroidvania.
favorite like franchise characters ever, bro. Favorite character ever. Also, I made a short documentary about Metroid, the whole Metroid series on my YouTube channel. Go check it out. Shameless plug. Anyways, yeah. But I think having Samus to me kind of fits in the whole Fortnite setup, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
She would
She does.
definitely be a great addition. But hey, I don't know what
But
Nintendo's plan is, but
the direction I was going with my point is I'm talking about let's just say 14 and younger. Like this would open up a whole nother generation to what the character of Samus. If she was in Fortnite. So, because I don't know
what if she
so
Metroid
that
is a
genre
chick?
is lining up here to play Metroid Dread, is what I'm saying. So
What? You don't see anybody lining up to play Metroid. Is
No,
that what
that's
you
like
just said?
14 or
Take that back.
younger. 14 or younger, I
Oh,
said.
okay.
Like,
Okay.
yeah, like that genre. It's like if Nintendo was to have Samus in Fortnite, it would reintroduce this character to that to those people. 14, 15, 16 younger, you know?
Nah, this game
So
was amazing. This game was
it
amazing.
looks great.
Oh yeah.
And to be honest, really impressive visuals on a Switch.
Bro, I feel like this pushed the Switch to its limits. Like cinematically, game was amazing.
It does look good. It's on my wish list for Switch.
So this is how much into this game I was. I was on vacation in Puerto Rico and I was playing this game.
Talk about the original Eve, like Zero Suit Samus. That's the original Eve
yeah.
right there. Like
Oh yeah.
seriously.
Bro, I
If
was playing.
Nintendo
So
was
on
to
my way
allow her
back,
to have that badonkadonk,
Mhm.
the character would be popular again. It'll be extra popular
I beat
again.
this game on my way back from Puerto Rico
Nice.
on a
This is
plane.
what I love about the Switch. You can play games like these while you're doing something else and just have a blast. That's what keeps the Switch.
One thing I would say though, it's not made for the Switch. You got to play with the Pro controller. You have to play this game with a Pro controller. That's all I say.
Okay.
I did consider playing Dread. It looks sick. Yes, it is a
So
sick game.
you just like kickstand your Switch and then you
Yes,
play with
I
the
kickstand. I put
controller?
the desk that you pull down on the back of the plane,
Yeah.
and then the
Yeah.
kickstand and controller in hand, bro.
So I only have the Switch Lite. So you would recommend not buying this for the Switch Lite?
It probably
The
would feel
joysticks
different on a
come off.
Switch Lite because remember the Switch is bigger, so that's why I had a weird kind of situation.
So far,
when I was
that's been
playing the
my
game.
biggest problem with the Switch Lite is
Mhm.
playing anything for a long time that requires more than a couple button presses
Yeah,
causes your hands to cramp up a lot.
exactly. So
my
that's why I had to get the
so-
Pro controller. I would consider getting a Pro controller because it works on the Switch Lite too.
Okay, I'm sold. But yeah, so Nintendo, get your head out of your ass and actually introduce your
Yeah.
characters such as these to a generation that may not be able to fully enjoy them yet because you have it locked behind Switch.
I'm not really sure what's going on with it's not the OBS N2. It's actually
I think it's
the
guest star. I think
it's the guest star. It's not OBS, it's guest star that's acting up. I still haven't figured out why it's doing this yet. But I think eventually we're gonna have to switch to something else, guys. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe YouTube. YouTube seems
Not
to
even
be
necessarily YouTube, just a different I guess you could call it like a Zoom kind of platform to use within.
I have Zoom, so Zoom is an option.
Yeah, this is just way too much. Or I can actually use Restream. Restream has the same feature.
If you guys have any suggestions, feel free to let us
So the chat is suggesting Discord, which is we can do Discord.
Would we be able to broadcast
Yeah,
on
we
other
can.
platforms?
I just
Yeah,
show it up on
we
stream because that's what we did with
we
our
should just
first
do
tournament.
that. We should choose to do that going forward. And I'm considering, since we're trying to grow the other platforms, right, by doing this,
Couldn't you just make caps for each of your camera feeds on Discord? Yeah, that's what we are considering right now. We're gonna have to experiment with it and see which one is the best. Which one is the best one, and then go from there. But the Twitch, the reason why we like this format was the fact that we were able to just kind of like broadcast and let all of our followers know that we're all like kind of live together. And we like the Twitch guest star for that very reason. But it's only when we're doing the podcast, because when we're doing anything else like Fight Night Friday and stuff like that, we don't have this issue. You notice that, right?
Yeah.
We don't have that issue. So
I'm really like tripping how good the graphics are.
This looks really good right now.
I told you fuckers. Y'all don't listen to me. It's because I'm light skinned, but it's fine.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this looks good.
The game is insane. I told you guys this game is insane. It's on some Dragon Ball Z shit, bro.
I mean, that Prince of Persia game was enough for me to fall back in love with this genre. So this is the founder of the genre. So I got to give this game a try.
Bro, it's called Metroidvania for a reason. Somebody said that in the chat. Yes, called a Metroidvania for a reason. Castlevania, Metroid were the two games that pioneered this kind of gameplay, bro.
And first of all, Samus, she looking good in purple like
Yeah,
that. She's
yeah.
looking good.
Purple look
Like
good on
that.
the
Look,
shorty.
yeah, purple look
Yeah.
good.
But yeah.
Um,
By the way, I got Prime Video now, guys. So that not Prime Video, but I know Premium, YouTube Premium. That's why we haven't seen any ads. But yeah. Moving on.
yeah, right there. This podcast just got me to buy a new game, so
Yes.
mission
Yes.
successful.
I think you can use my link to get that game as well.
Okay, yeah, Heartless got the plug. Got the plug.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So another one. Gary's mod is taking down 20 years? 20
Yeah,
decades. Yeah, 20 years of
I
add-ons.
almost said 20 decades.
20
yeah.
decades.
So
Yeah.
continuing with Nintendo being assholes.
Right? But apparently there's a mix-up going on right now, right? So it is Nintendo, but it's not at the same time. Like, what's going on? Jerem, fill us in.
So according to reports, the popular sandbox game Gary's Mod is they're being told to remove any Nintendo-related add-ons to their game. So the most popular ones are Mario, Peach, Donkey Kong, more Samus. Those types of content is all being forced to be removed from its platform. The game creator, Gary Newman, he has confirmed that the copyright takedown requests are legit.
And it's
but
from Nintendo.
there's some determining if it's actually Nintendo or if it's another person that's telling them to take the
like a third-party representative.
Yeah, like
It says
these are,
verified
like,
by Nintendo.
so
But at first it wasn't. So a question from the community was like, did the fact that this happened caught Nintendo's attention, and then they eventually just like agreed with it, and then that's how they kind of authenticated? You guys understand what I'm trying to say?
how do we feel necessarily about this even reaching to this point in the first place? Like, if Nintendo was really cared about this, why would they not stop something like this right from the beginning? You know that they have the power to do so because they have the power of their IP, legal rights to their IPs. Why allow businesses to grow like this to finally like, hey, you're too big now, and now we're just, you're cutting into our bottom line. Now we're not going to allow this no more.
Right.
Really just stop it right from the start. I don't know. Like, I find business like this really ingenuous. I understand companies, they have all the legal rights, and I imagine if we were in their shoes, we'd probably do the same thing. Like, say if the Gamer Actual podcast became the biggest thing in the world, and then all of a sudden, there's images out there, we would be a little irritated too. But first of all, don't let it get that big in the first place. That it can challenge you. And I don't like this too because these people are skilled. They're skilled. They're showing you as Nintendo skills that they have. Hire these people to make games for you.
Exactly. Just authenticate. Buy Gary's mod. That's what you should have done, or license it out. Like, make Gary's mod is officially licensed by Nintendo, and that was it.
Yeah,
that was it. But I think Nintendo, if they can't control it, they don't want you. You understand what I'm trying to say? That if they can control what you can do, yeah, then they have to be the one to do all that.
Spreadsheet person that determined, like, we could buy these companies for this amount of price, most likely, or we could just legally fight it for a quarter of the price. And this is probably the direction that they're deciding to go because the law is on their side. So all they have to do is slap cease and desist, and that puts the financial burden actually on the company that they're telling to cease and desist. And so they really don't have to spend a lot of money to force this kind of stuff. They just gotta pay a lawyer a retaining fee. So
Kind of sad though. Like, imagine like so many years of work, bro, gone.
Yeah.
Has to go.
Poor these companies. They put these heart and their souls into their work. Granted, they picked probably the riskiest venture to go down.
Right.
But
not only that, this is the second company Nintendo has gone after this year.
Yeah, Yuzu's gone now, and now Gary's mod is gone.
Gary's mod isn't technically gone, but they gotta take down the
Nintendo assets.
Nintendo assets.
and then they won't play they won't play well with Epic Games. Nintendo needs to, the ball's in their court. They need to start putting out games that are like Fortnite, or they need to just play, start putting their content in
Don't forget,
games,
Very interesting.
Nintendo is much bigger
Mhm.
overseas than it is here.
Yeah.
Nintendo's big everywhere. But yeah, I don't disagree.
And
Everyone
also, this also prompted just another thought, guys. Does this mean that they can still eventually go after Palworld?
No.
No.
No, it's because it's legally distinct. And to be honest, the gameplay is very different.
No, the gameplay
I
is very
mean,
different, but
similar,
the
but
whole. But then again, they can't. The thing is, they can't patent monster hunting
okay.
or catch
So
them all
if they were to do
mechanics.
that and win against Palworld, which looks like they won't, think about what kind of door that opens up for other games. Like
Oh, people
any
would then
game
sue
that is literally
Nintendo
a
at that point.
copy, any game that we would consider a Metroidvania,
Mm-hmm.
Does
Not
Nintendo have
not
rights
only
there?
that, not only
It's
that,
like,
people could go after Nintendo at that point as well with the whole Pokemon thing, because again, Shin Megami Tensei was the first game to do that. So
mhm.
at that point,
And then what doors is open to turn-based games? Like Final Fantasy is one of the first turn-based games. So it's
Mhm.
like so does that mean Final Fantasy now has a right to go after all turn-based RPGs? Like what kind of where do we draw the line on that? Does that set a precedent for other games to come after other games hard? Um
I don't know.
Call of Duty is probably, maybe not be the biggest name, or maybe it is the biggest name, but there's other games that are just like it, Rainbow Six and all those others. Does that give them legal precedent to do this?
Yeah, I feel like
Any
it's
game
hurting
has,
their identity among like the gaming community. You don't think so?
I think so. I first of all, I think Nintendo, like, how can they have such fun-loving characters and then be such a nasty company? You know, Wha-
Culture. The people. So I don't know how true this is. I've never lived in Japan, but I was watching a video once about what it's like to live in Japan, and this person in the comment section said, "I lived in Japan for 16 years. I worked at a company there, and while I was there, I thought I had made a lot of friends over the years. I love these people. As
Mhm.
soon as I left the company, nobody answered a single one of my messages ever again. It was like as if they were so cold to drop me immediately." So Nintendo is very capable of doing cold, shrewd business.
Right.
That's just the culture there. They are business first.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what it is. And they're gonna protect their IP at all costs, I guess.
And they own so many. That's where it gets to be a problem. Is they own so many
And
beloved
again,
IP too.
I think the fact that they're willing to do such like shrewd business is why people try to stay on their good side so much, especially video game journalists, because you rarely hear people shit on Nintendo games. And I know that's for a reason, because chances are
Even the
they fear
even
if they do that, they lose access to Nintendo, and they don't want
and
that.
and let's be real. Nintendo does put out a lot of mid games. I mean, granted, they put out a lot of
Don't hurt my
great.
podcast, Joe.
Their
Don't
hits
hurt.
hit,
Listen. Don't hurt this podcast, Joe.
but a lot of mid
I'm fucking
games
around.
too.
I'm fucking around. I don't give a fuck.
Okay,
Say what you
I
gotta
hear you,
say.
Cash. I hear you.
No, say what you
Whatever.
gotta say. I'm joking. I don't listen. Do what you gotta do, bro.
I just say they do put out a lot of mid games.
Mhm. They
And that
have
they
definitely, but you don't. People tend to go lighter on Nintendo.
yeah.
Hmm.
Because of the legacy and how has it made them feel in the other games. Now, Arms, I love Arms. Arms is one of my all-time favorite games. I love Arms. A game that has nothing but zoners in it. That's my
Mhm.
game. I love Arms. Um, I love Arms. That game has actually a really interesting esports scene that's really very,
Oh,
very
really?
cringe.
Arms?
Arms, yeah. And it does have an esports scene. To be honest, it actually got kind of shut down by Nintendo a bunch of years ago. They had their last big tournament kind of before the pandemic.
Hmm.
And ever since the pandemic's kind of been over, it just kind of never came back. Number one, because of it's not that popular, and Nintendo just kind of stopped granting a lot of license for the tournaments. So,
Okay.
but I think the game is a lot of fun to watch. I used to watch it on YouTube every now and again. It's fun.
Wait. So N2 Alive said something in the chat. I gain respect from Nintendo when they released a mature game in one of the best game series, No More Heroes. I didn't know that was a Nintendo game because I think I
Yeah.
have it on a PS3.
Travis Touchdown. I wonder if he'll ever be in the next Smash. He would be a good candidate to be in the next Smash
Yeah,
sequel.
yeah.
Travis
Wait,
Touchdown.
isn't that? But don't you find that funny though? Now that I'm thinking about it, think about some of the characters that showed up in Smash Bros. Ryu,
Yep.
Yeah.
Solid Snake,
Terry Bogard.
Harry Bogard. Like, name
Uh,
some of the characters. These are third-party characters we're talking about. So
mhm.
you're not
And
willing to
Nintendo-
play ball with anybody else, but people should play nice with you?
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
the Walmart effect, where some people,
Kazuya
some
Mishima,
companies-
yes, you're right. Kazuya was in there.
Yeah, he was. But it's like some companies will take a loss on specific products just to get their products into Walmart.
Hmm.
So some companies will do certain. Capcom is a much smaller company than Nintendo, so of course they will be the one to make that sacrifice so that
Right.
their product. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because Smash Bros. At that point is like a bigger brand. Or
Exactly.
bigger,
I
yeah.
bet you
That
there's
it-
some people who play Street Fighter because they were introduced to Ryu and Ken through Smash. I bet
You know what?
that's
I
true.
think Tekken might actually be benefiting from that relationship right this very moment.
Yes,
Think
Sephiroth
about
was in there.
that.
Cloud was
They-
in
they-
there as well.
They put Kazuya in Smash,
Mhm.
and now Tekken 8 is probably the biggest casual game. It arguably that granted the game's fun for casuals, but that may have pushed the Tekken agenda having Kazuya in Smash so close to Tekken 8's release.
Of course.
Mm.
So
It
it
was
worked.
like marketing.
It worked.
It's like
Yeah.
marketing.
Collabs is always good marketing.
Yeah.
So
So
you're follow farming.
it should be. So I think here's Nintendo's not gonna do it, but a smarter thing for them to do is I wonder if they're waiting for Samus to have another game on the way before. All right, he can come in Fortnite now. You know what I mean?
Well,
But-
here's another thing about Metroid. You think her connection to the Metroid genre, Metroidvania genre, is actually holding the character back? Because now the only games she can put out are the Metroidvania side-scrolling type of game.
No,
but it would be kinda
Metroid
cool to have
Prime,
it-
bro. I keep telling you, Metroid Prime is
that's where I
a
was going.
phenomenal game.
That's
It was
where I
still a
going, like,
Metroidvania.
that's where I was going. Like it
Mhm.
pushed the Samus IP into other genres that still have the Metroidvania feel, like Prime did. That's where I was going with that.
But in
Like-
what way? Like, what do you? What would you
Well,
recommend?
Dark Souls is a good example. I know we say Souls like a lot in
Mhm.
today's gaming culture, but essentially that's kind of what Dark Souls is. It's a Metroidvania third-person game. Kinda. If you really, if you really dive deep,
'Cause you
could-
upgrade,
could call it that.
upgrade, you build your character and stuff like that. Yeah,
You
I
could
see
call
that.
it that.
Mhm.
And it would be kind of cool to have
just way
have
more
Samus like
unforgiving.
that too. I know was it Castlevania has tried that in the past with like the God of War style.
That's the
And it was-
Lord of Shadows.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. The game's kind of hit, but just the story is what kind of fucked that game over. But
Bro, I started playing the
the,
game, Germ. I started playing that game on stream, and I was super hyped to play it. And the more I played the game, I was like, I can't do this.
yeah, it was
and-
underwhelming, right?
Yeah,
First of
I
all,
can't do
it felt like it was a direct copy from God of War, so I think that had a lot.
it wasn't a
there was
bad game. It
heat.
just couldn't hold my interest.
Yeah, because God of War was so much better at the
Mhm.
time, right?
Yeah,
So it was like it just couldn't hold.
yeah, bro. So, I don't know, man.
And then Nintendo, they feel like they're innovative, but they also feels like they hold back a lot. They're really scared to make that next big move. The only one they really make big move with is Zelda. That's the only game that's really like pushed the envelope.
Yeah,
of, like-
but now it's gonna stay that way for a while. That's not gonna change because they found a winning formula with Breath of the Wild. They're not gonna change our formula anytime soon. I can foresee that happening.
outside of the last two Zelda games, I'm really struggling to think of a Nintendo property game that really like was like so breath of fresh air. I'm really struggling to think of one off the top of my head right now.
Mhm.
I can't. I really can't think of another one.
Outside
So
of the
it's like-
Zelda, yeah, I can't really.
I'm
think.
not gonna say Smash because Smash was literally 25 years ago at this point, 20 years ago at this point. So that they've been they've been hammering that same formula for a while.
Mhm. All right. So switching up topics one more time, we're gonna be talking about Hunter x Hunter game, which I'm actually looking forward to. I've never watched the anime, but the gameplay that I've seen for this game per se looks dope because it reminds me of another game that I consider my bread and butter fighting game. Well, it used to be, which is the Marvel vs. Capcom series. And it looks
It's your bread.
insane.
Marvel 3 is your bread and butter game.
Yes, Marvel 3
That
used to be my bread and butter fighting game.
was that like your intro to kind of fighting games?
No,
Marvel 3?
no. Never that.
I
Thing
would
used to
say
be.
there's a lot of people that would agree with that.
Say what?
Marvel 3. Okay, so
No,
Street Fighter
I've been
4
playing
is
fighting
what
games
brought everyone
for
back.
years, Jeremy, since the
Marvel
90s.
3, Street Fighter 4 is what brought everyone back to the genre.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel 3 is what kept people here. You know?
Oh, not
And
me.
here we are.
Not me. Definitely not me. Let me tell you what. I started playing fighting games since Mortal Kombat. I think Mortal Kombat 1 or 2. Why is Final Fantasy popping up here? Yeah, I started playing fighting games since Mortal Kombat 1. Yeah, Mortal Kombat 1. There was also Bloody Roar. I used to play Bloody Roar. I can make.
What the hell is that?
What?
What
Bloody Roar is
that?
basically Tekken
was
with people with beast transformations, bro.
hard.
What
Hard.
the
You need to
hell?
study up on your FGC
Bro,
history.
Bloody Roar was insane. There was Virtual Fighter. That's another one that was dope.
I know what that
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Virtua Fighter
Soul
5,
Calibur,
launch title for
another one.
PlayStation 3 was
Tekken.
so good.
Yeah. Tekken, another one. Street Fighter Alpha, Third Strike. Yo, I played so many of them. My favorite Mortal Kombat, this might be a hot take, but to me, one of the best Mortal Kombat games before the 3D era was Mortal Kombat trilogy, because that shit was so fucking dope, bro. Like it was so extreme, was so fast. It played like Marvel versus Capcom. Why I loved it. It was so dope. And it was the first Mortal Kombat game that had a tag mechanic. You can call out characters. So because it had a 3v3. So yeah, fun fact. For those that didn't know. But yeah,
A little
we're
bit
getting
of
off
fighting
topic.
history there for you folks. So on Hunter x Hunter, like Hades said here in our chat, it's made by the developers that brought us Marvel 3. Well, so right there, it's already got
It's
got
the same
cred.
developer. See, I didn't even look that deep.
I don't know if it's the same developer, but same people. The same people that worked on
apparently
Marvel
some
3.
of the previous people that worked on Marvel.
Yeah, the same people. Developed by 8 So this team here is developed of a lot of the Marvel 3 people, the people that worked on Marvel 3. So right there it's already got the goods. There's 16 confirmed playable characters right now that are obviously related to the show. And it's gonna have the 3v3 2 mechanic just like Marvel 3 did. And if you I don't know if you're able to watch put the gameplay on. Yeah, here it is. So that is Marvel 3. Like literally that is the same.
It's 2.5D, so it's definitely like a 2D fighter. It's a 3D fighter in a 2D space, basically. But
this
it's
is
very
like
fast.
that situation. It's like, hey, copy my test, but change it up a little bit so we don't get caught cheating. This is that. It's almost the same, but it's also inspired a lot by Capcom versus Tatsunoko. Call back to that game if anyone knows.
Yeah, I've seen comparison videos. A lot of the a lot of the physics and stuff are very similar to both Marvel vs. Capcom.
Development team.
Hmm?
Yeah, so this is which is cool. But first of all, what I'm really liking about this is it's not an arena fighter. I go sick and tired.
I'm over anime arena fighters, bro.
Talk about a genre.
I agree. Breath of
my
fresh air.
God. Yeah, the first time I heard the announcement of this game, I was like, please, please, please don't let this be an arena fighter. Please don't. I'm over them.
Why is that the go-to play for all these anime games?
I wonder how it's received in Japan. That's the question. That's what we need to think. Need to know.
Hunter? Arena
no,
fighters.
any of those arena fighters in general. I want to know what that's like. Like, how is the reception to those games over there?
It seems arena fighters. They seem like they're made for kids, so maybe that's the market they're going for or going after. It feels that way because the adults don't seem to like them. They always get really low scores. So
No, but
like
that
Jump Force.
that score system is over here in the West. I'm talking
Yeah,
about in the East. How is it received?
I
That's
can't
the question
say.
I got.
But like Jump Force was probably like the most successful arena fighter we've probably seen, and even then that game wasn't that good.
That game wasn't all that
So,
good, bro. I had no interest in playing that game. No kind of
but
appeal whatsoever to me.
But on Hunter x Hunter, if you're looking, if you, it's yeah, developed by the makers of MPC3. It has confirmed 16 roster. There's actually a showcase where they were showing a 6-man build, so it was 3v3. The gameplay looks exactly like even the graphics in the HUD looks exactly like Marvel 3.
Mhm.
So there's clear inspiration here. And here's the real kicker: is according to the reports, the game they only spent 650K to make this game.
It's amazing.
Yeah, think about that. Think about the prices of games these days, and this one only costs, if the reports are true, $650,000.
Because they're probably most
That
of the
if that
development
is,
kit was already there, probably already existed.
well,
Because they're
yeah,
probably just
clearly
reskinned the Marvel.
clearly they're reusing assets here,
Mhm.
and this might be the reason why we haven't gotten a Marvel 4. Well, outside of Infinite, but we don't count that one. Uh, is they must own, maybe they own these assets. This
Mhm.
company owns these assets, and
Not necessarily
Marvel,
the assets, but the engine. They probably own the engine.
yeah. So, yeah, so they're clearly reusing a lot of assets here, which is who
So
can complain?
N2
Marvel's
N2
a
Alive
great game.
says, "Damn, you don't like Naruto or Jump? I don't like Jump Force. No. The only Naruto I actually was it Ninja Storm. The
Ultimate
side they
Ninja,
had a
Ultimate
Naruto
Ninja.
fighting game that
Yeah,
you could call assist too. That was my
yeah.
favorite Naruto game.
I think you're talking about Ultimate Ninja Showdown,
Something
right?
like that. But it was
Yeah.
years ago, bro. That was PS2 era. Jesus Christ, I can't believe there was a Naruto game on Bro, Naruto was a. Now I feel old. Anyways, back to what we were saying.
But so there's a lot of comparison among the moveset. If uh, if you guys take a look at this for all the members of that are in our chat, if you take a look at this article here, it compares a lot of the moves from Marvel 3. There's like a comparison to Virgil,
Hmm.
comparison to Chun-Li
The
from
hit.
Bravo
They have the hit. Like when you
Tatsunoko.
get hit, the
They have the
spin is
same
very similar.
process.
Hmm.
So it's sharing a lot of the same moves. Like it's literally a reskin of Marvel 3, which who's gonna complain about that? We were discussing on Hades chat a couple days ago about DLC potential for a game like this, and
Hmm.
it feels like the game could make its money on DLC because a lot of those rosters are kind of big, but it's also not too big that you're not going to be overwhelmed with trying to buy all these DLC characters.
Right.
So it feels like they picked the right IP to make a game like this because you're going to get a lot, but they're not going to milk you down the road.
Right.
So good. It's cool. It's just great to have the fighting game renaissance continues. Like, bring on more fighting games. Like,
Oh yes.
more the
Oh yes.
merrier,
And
please.
I think this is gonna open up a lot more fans to this game, this franchise in general. Because me now, I'm interested to even go check out the show because I've
I
never
feel the
looked at the
same
It's
show.
way.
crazy that they're
Hmm.
even making a game about the show.
Right. Because the show, I
I
don't
feel the
think the show is that popular, in my opinion. I don't think so.
I feel the
I could
same
be
way.
wrong.
In Hades' chat, they said that the game, like obviously the big boys, Dragon Ball, One Piece, Naruto, they're like best of the best. So Superman, Batman of anime.
Hmm.
But then this would be like the next tier of popularity, Hunter x
Mm.
Hunter.
Modded
Which
Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is going crazy. Oh, this I know, N2 Alive. This I know.
uh,
Like, I
the
can't wait for the
community edition.
community edition of that game to drop.
Dude, Guile's in that. Did you hear that? Guile is in the community edition. Guile
I didn't
and
see
the
him.
Thing. Yeah, there's some
I know Thing
videos
is
of
in there.
Guile going
Thing is in
around.
there.
He looks
Cyclops is in there. Captain Commando's in there. That's one of my favorite characters from the Marvel
Gambit.
roster.
Gambit is back.
Gambit is
That's
back.
cool. Hmm.
No spoilers, but I don't want to spoil anything. Is anybody watching X-Men? Just side note, just a very quick tangent. Is anybody watching X-Men 97?
I'm watching it on my Disney Plus.
X-Men
It's good.
97 is phenomenal. I was hesitant at first when I first heard the announcement of the show. And now I'm
show, but
watching it and I'm like, holy shit, this is some
but
good ass storytelling.
you're okay with nerfed rogue though. You
Yeah,
know,
because you kind of, you know what it is? I've just started to look past it. I'm just, the story is that good where I'm not even caught up on that
I
anymore.
don't think I think you missed my reference. You
I
missed
know,
my
I know
reference.
exactly what you're talking about. But I'm
Okay,
saying the story is
okay.
that good where I'm not even caught up on that anymore. The show is very good, and the show is it show gets a little spicy though. Even though show gets
Just
a
like
little
the
spicy.
original show too, it had a lot of adult, just like the Batman show. It had a
Bro, can
lot of
we just
edgy
address
themes,
that
adult themes.
Wolverine, Cyclops, and Jean were in a throuple for a second?
Hey, yo,
No.
what?
Oh, you didn't know? In the
Can you
original
repeat that
show?
for me?
In the
Repeat that
So
for
original
me?
show, they were in a
Yeah.
throuple.
I know this is a gamer show, but I'm gonna shout out. Apparently, the person that wrote the show, his name escapes me right now, but
Bo DeMaio. He
he
was
got
one of
fired.
the. He worked on The Witcher
He got fired from the show,
because he
and
reportedly had. It's reportedly because he had an OnlyFans. No one really knows it. It's not confirmed.
also he's supposedly maybe difficult to deal with, but difficult to work with. But who in Hollywood isn't difficult to
No,
work
I
with?
think the difficult to work with Germ is the fact that he wants to stick to lore because it's the same thing people said about Henry Cavill because he wants to respect the source material. Allegedly, thank you. Allegedly,
Yeah,
all of that is
allegedly.
alleged.
Always got to say that.
Hmm.
Yeah, but they let the guy go, which
But
you know,
yeah, I feel like he was the bright spot of the show. Like the
yeah.
show Heartless. I don't know if you if you watched the old show back in the day as a kid, but this new one, bro, is amazing. And again, I had an issue because there was a lot of like controversy surrounding the announcement of the show, and I was like, I don't know. But then one day I just flicked it on. I was like, let me just watch it, bro. I started watching that shit, and I was hooked instantly.
Did that
Instantly.
Spider-Man cartoon come out yet? Where it's supposed to be the early years of Tom Holland's Spider-Man?
No, it's not out
Did
yet.
that show come out yet?
Probably
Because
end of the
that's the
year.
show that I'm excited about.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that
It'd
too.
be kind of cool to see where Tom Holland when he first got his powers story. I'm interested in that because that Spider-Man's really interesting for me.
Hmm. But all right, tangent over, guys. So this week we had a very stacked list of games that came out, right? Ranging from, a little game you probably know called Stellar Blade. There's another one called Taylor Kanzari Zao. There was another Crab's Treasure. There's also a game made from I don't know if anybody is familiar with this creator. He made an older game called, not even a game. He made an older series called, you guys probably heard of it. It's called Dragon Ball Z. He
Never,
made he was working
never
on a
heard of
game
it.
called Sandland before he passed away. R.I.P. But yeah, we have a stack list. So Manalord, Stellar Blade, Sandland, Another Crab's Treasure, Taylor Kanzari Zao, Fandom Fury. Bro, there's so many games. Yuden Chronicles. I didn't
Over
really
10
look into
releases.
this, but I see a lot of streamers playing this game.
Yeah, over 10
Where do you
releases
guys want to
last.
start? We're gonna leave Stellar Blade for last though. But just so
If
you
it's
know.
cool, I would like to start with Sandland
Mm-hmm.
because respect on
Mm-hmm.
Akira Toriyama.
Mm-hmm.
For those who don't know, Sandland was one of the original. It was a series that he worked on. In addition to Dragon Ball Z, I don't know if it was his first series that he ever worked on, but it was one of his very first series. And um, there's a game coming out this year, a game that came out this week, and he actually got the chance to play the game before he died, and for his passing. And he said, and I quote, he said, "The game is highly satisfying action RPG." And he said, despite me being only a casual gamer, it's a highly satisfied action RPG. Take that how you will, you know. So if
Mm-hmm.
could sounds like it's a got if you're into this kind of game, it's got that gotcha element for casuals. Well, that's not a bad thing. Um,
I'm
but shout
interested.
out
It
to the
almost
legend.
yeah, definitely.
Shout
Shout
out
outs
to the
to
legend
Akira
Toriyama
Toriyama,
though
bro.
that he would put his name on a game like this, considering
This is also his heart. This is art style, so
Yeah.
It's dope as hell.
It
Yeah,
looks like a Final Fantasy game, doesn't it?
It looks like a Final Fantasy game with DBZ
DBC
art
characters.
style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's dope. It looks great.
I would definitely play this. I feel
I
I
like
would
would
I
check
want
too.
this
to.
out. Gary, I would check this out probably the first couple of chapters.
Matter of fact, I'm
again.
gonna put this in my
And if it
notes.
grabs me,
I'm
I
making
will
a short
finish
about this
it.
this week.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't. It's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, put this on your stream, Cash, because I think this will be a hit. People will
This
want
looks
to pay
fun,
respect
bro.
for Toriyama.
This looks fun.
And plus, the fact that he enjoyed the game is a good sign that all the rest of us might enjoy it. You know, when people that are non-gamers start telling me they enjoy a game, that usually means I'm gonna at least enjoy something about it. Maybe not the hardcore elements, but I'll enjoy something about it.
Mm-hmm. Does anybody know
Um,
what rating this game got?
What did you get?
I'm asking.
I don't know.
Looks like IGN has given it
7.
a 7.
What did I say, bro? I guessed that shit.
Which it pretty much means that it's a good game.
It's a
'cause they
good
only
game.
rate- the IGN always underscores all their games.
I don't know why, bro.
Yeah, IGN gave it a 7.
Yeah, that means it's probably a 9 or a 10.
I don't know about that, but it's if you're into the game, if you're into the genre,
Is it $60?
Probably.
the game is
I think
only
it is a
available on-
AAA game. I think it is considered a AAA game.
Game
Okay,
is
well, I mean,
available on all platforms. No, actually, no. The game on Metacritic has a 6. So
Yeah,
it
it's a
seems
6.
like the game is fairly mid.
It's made
Actually,
then,
yeah. Uh, s-
yeah. It is.
Yeah, but
It
yeah,
is a $60 game. It's $60.
God
So,
damn, $60 game for fairly mid, heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
But that means it'll be on sale in 4 months.
it's
Or
probably
even
on
less. Or even less.
You can probably just probably on a Steam sale right now.
Oh, it's not on sale yet. I'm looking at Steam right now.
No.
But give it some time.
But yeah, Metacritic 72. GameSpot gave it a 6. Yeah, so the game seems to have fairly mid scores.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So IGN is
um,
the best one so far? Oh shit.
Mhm.
Because IGN gave it a 7.
what do we think about IGN as a rating system? They
I don't know. I don't know how to feel about
widely
their rating system.
inconsistent.
The
I
only
think they're-
rating system
Say again?
The only rating system I go by is YouTube videos. I will watch a bunch of videos on a particular game, and I will gather up what a bunch of people think about it.
For me,
Yeah, and then you come
like,
up with an educated guess based on that. I
Exactly.
For
like
me, my issue with them is it seems like they're always asking people that don't play a genre of a game to rate a game. Like they're always asking for non-fighting people to rate a fighting game. They're asking for non-shooter fans to play a shooter. They're
that. I
asking
think what they want to
non-
do, but I kind of understand their rationale behind that, Jerm. But here's the thing, it doesn't always work. They want someone to have a more objective eye, I guess you could say. They won't be biased in any way.
If they really wanted to do that, they should have a fan of a certain genre or a person who likes a certain genre.
Exactly, and
that other person
understands
play.
the genre.
They should have them play together and then have them both rate the game, and then put up both of those ratings. And let the person let the consumer decide.
I like that. I like that.
It's like what Harless was just saying. Like, he watches a bunch of videos. Like, you watch a bunch of people that like it. You maybe someone that's not so like it, and you get that whole range of opinions.
And then so it's basically have separate people play the game, then come together as a group and talk about the things with that is, Joe Germ. Here's the situation with them in this: they want to be the first one to get it out, and that's the problem. So they'll tend to like even hire third party people. Like they use a lot of freelancers. This is something I know for a fact. They use a lot of freelancers. And then they just because they want to get the product out. So they'll send them the code. They write their review, and because usually as a reviewer you get copies of the game sometimes 7 days early, sometimes a little earlier too. Because I get games early.
crazy.
There's
Huh?
this one guy that I
That's
follow.
crazy.
His
Yeah, I
YouTube
get
channel.
because I get games early, like Prince of Persia, because I'm affiliated with Ubisoft. I got the game early. I got the game early enough to do my review, so I can put it out and share my thoughts. And Ubisoft is very cool about that. But you're under embargo at a certain point, so I can't tell you that. I couldn't tell you that I have the game, right?
Yeah.
All I had to do is wait until embargo day, then I could start dropping whatever I wanted to do, like in terms of
Are you
content.
allowed to, when you have that early access, are you allowed to stream them, or you have to keep that under
I can
wraps?
stream once the embargo is lifted.
Okay.
Yeah. So if there's an embargo,
I
I can't stream
see.
until that day.
There's a follower that I follow. His name of his channel is I Finished a Video Game, and
Wow.
apparently his shtick is he plays 100 hours of any game that he's rating.
That's
And
great. That's actually an amazing reviewer then. I like that.
well, that's why I watch him. But I
Mhm.
just wonder, based on what you just said, I wonder if it's legit. He personally does all 100 hours of that game.
More than likely,
But
he probably could then, because if he gets the reviews early enough, if he's not buying the games and he's getting them directly from the developer or the publisher, and he's
yeah,
reviewing those games, he
shout out to that
can definitely rack
developer.
up 100 hours. Because
Yeah, shout out to that content creator. His content's really good and it feels very genuine,
yeah,
and that's why I watch it.
I
Yeah, he's
definitely racked up 100 plus hours in Prince of Persia.
yeah. For me, 100 hours into a game, there's only a handful of games that I put 100 hours into in my life, maybe less than 20. So,
Mhm.
um,
I think that was a missed
any
opportunity for me too as well, because I was so involved in Prince of Persia. I found every collectible in that game. That's how much
Wow.
investment I had in that game. I found everything. I 100% completed the game. 100%.
Damn.
and a lot of the games that this guy does his reviews, he always says that's what he always says. He says he always puts 100 hours. That's every game review or whatever he posts. He's like, after 100 hours of playing this game. So some of the games he must be really grinding to get 100 hours out of them, because some of them games are really short, you know.
No,
But he says,
think when he says that, it means like he's also including replay. So he's
yeah,
going through it doing another run through to check, like he might be looking for collectibles as well. There's so many things you can do within a game to like get 100 hours.
yeah. So, but still, though, the fact that he puts
Yeah,
100
that's
hours of
essentially 4
gameplay into a
days.
game and then edits a video,
Mhm.
that's a very big chunk
That's a
of
commitment
time.
right there.
Yeah.
It's a very
So I would definitely watch a reviewer like that. Someone like that I could trust. You'd have to prove to me that he's playing for 100 hours though. I'm sorry.
Let me find his channel. Since we're talking about him, I want to shout him
That's
out.
cool though. That's very cool. But yeah, this game looks amazing. I like how we just kind of just stepped away from this freaking game. But I am looking
Look
forward
at
to this
that.
game. One in the chat if you guys would actually watch me play this game on stream.
I'd watch people play. This is definitely a game I watch people play.
Yeah?
So,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I've convinced myself that I will only play games on the stream that I know people would want me to play. I'm not gonna waste my time.
Here's the guy's channel. Therefore, for anyone in chat's free to check him out. Really good content creator. He does a lot of different retrospectives. This particular, I think I told you about him a while back, Cash. He did a retrospective on the Prince of Persia series as a whole.
Oh yeah.
He played
Oh, okay. Yeah, you did.
17 games, you know,
Nice.
Prince of Persia, and he did a whole retrospective about it.
I only
It was
want to
great.
focus on the more recent Prince of Persia stuff, like the
He played them
Sands
all.
of Time.
It was really cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna, because I want to work on a retrospective as well. I want to do all of those
Nice.
things. I want to
game's
start
on the
dropping my
screen right now?
documentaries again. I love
What
doing
game
them.
is this on? What game is this right here on the screen now?
It's still Sandland.
Okay, I didn't know it had the tanks.
The
That
game
was
has
quite,
a lot of
that's
variety. I've
quite a
come to
turn.
realize there's a lot
Yeah.
to this game.
It's getting metal. I'm getting Metal Slug vibes off this.
Yeah, I
right
need
away.
to see what the reviews are, why it's being reviewed the way it is. But you know what?
Yeah,
Another
I always
thing.
read the why. Always.
Yeah, but you know what the other thing is though, Heartless? Sometimes when I really want to play a game, I don't look at reviews. I go play it myself and then try to see it. And you know the reason why I do that? I don't want their ideas and their thoughts to seep into my brain when I'm playing the game.
Absolutely. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, I share
So,
I share that same testament, Cash.
mhm,
Like there's certain genres of games that I really like. One of them is side-scrolling type games,
mhm,
Metrovanias,
Ew, brother.
really.
What's that?
and 2D beat 'em ups. Those are like the genres of games that I will always at least give a chance. You know, and I don't want to watch any reviews because I like that genre for many reasons that are personal to me, and
Right.
I'm not gonna let someone color that. That doesn't play it. That doesn't enjoy it like I do.
What's going on with my camera? See, it's definitely guest star, guys.
Are
Chat
you
is
calling me
definitely
out?
guest star.
No, I'm not calling you out.
You
I'm
calling
just
me
saying this
out?
is me personally. Me personally, this is just my how I go. You know.
It's all love.
Haiti was just like, weren't you just hating on Metroidvanias?
There was no hate on Metrovanias. It's one of my favorite genres of all time. No hate.
But yeah, another game. Udon Chronicles was also a game that released this week, and it reminded me of Chrono Trigger. It did, to some respects. Jeremy, I'm gonna ask you your thoughts on that. Heartless, I already know you don't like the game.
Sandland? Are we
Damn.
still on that
No,
one?
no, Udon Chronicles, not Sandland.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's another uh
It's
turn-based
RPG.
RPG
Mm-hmm.
type of game that the Heartless just doesn't enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
But
Don't
apparently
Along
say
with side
that. Don't
scrollers.
say that.
Along with side scrollers.
but
Don't
apparently
say
it's
that.
but apparently it's a Konami game, so it's cool to see Konami
Hold
making
on.
games
I'm
again.
cutting you off.
Why?
I had it here. Okay.
Why?
The game is like 3D. The characters are just 2D.
Yeah.
And it's like Final Fantasy. This is
Yes.
not like a platformer. This is y'all speaking ill of my name. This game has a lot of potential for me. This game is
You would
literally
play this?
3D.
You would
Okay,
play
you
this?
played it?
Yes.
Oh, and it's
Let's
also made by.
go.
Oh, it's published by 505. That's impressive.
Let's go.
This is definitely made in the Unreal Engine, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, for me, I like games like these.
I do too. I do
Alright,
too.
you guys know I'm playing Unicorn Overlord right now. It's one of my games that I'm really,
This
really,
is
really
very
enjoying.
impressive.
And I like turn-based games like these. I like story-driven. Some people don't like when you have to read all the text. I'm a fan because I personally don't like it when they're talking and then I look up or or answer my phone or I answer a text and I'm like, fuck, I didn't hear what they said.
Mm-hmm.
So I personally
Beyblade?
Y'all see
like
the
when I have
Beyblades? Y'all see the Beyblades? Y'all see the Beyblades?
Yo, the thing is, here's the thing. I'll play these games when I kind of feel nostalgic for like a certain game, but I don't want to go back to that game. But I would rather play new content. This is the kind of game I'd probably go to. Like if I want to play Chrono Trigger again, right? But I want a different story.
games like
This
these are
fits
a
that.
callback for me that I do seek out because I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking for that old school experience for me.
Yeah, I love this. I love this a lot. This looks incredible, bro.
It does. I
Look at
I
the
would
action, bro.
I would give
Yeah.
this is another game that I would pick up for Switch, no questions asked. Because these are the games that I play on my Switch. These kind of slower paced, turn based.
Look at that shit. Yo, look at that. You saw that just now, bro? Or for those who are listening to the podcast, there's some amazing stuff happening. If you guys want to see it, just go check out the visual podcast on youtube.com/gameractual. Anyways.
Cash with a shameless plug. That's cool.
Yes. Yeah, because
Yeah,
I know
I'm feeling
they're
this.
gonna hear
Like,
us react to this and wonder what we're talking about.
this art
For sure.
style is my art style. Like I like games with these art styles.
Mhm.
It's just such a great callback to the GameCube NES era, PlayStation 1 era, PlayStation 2 era that
This is the
it just
NES era
feels
for
it
me
just
for
feels
sure.
like home for me.
Remind me of Sega Frontier. Saga Frontier, yes. It's definitely SNES era for sure. This looks amazing.
I'm sold.
How much is it? Come to think of it, if you have Game Pass right now, chat, you can play this for free.
That's
It's on
crazy.
Game Pass.
You can get Xbox Game Pass on PC, right?
Yes, Xbox Game Pass is on PC.
$15 a month.
15. I think it's cheaper than that.
Yeah.
It's currently it's a $50 game. You can buy the physical edition for $50, or you can buy it on.
It just
any
got added
digital
to Game
store.
Pass. Both that and Another Crab's Treasure is on Game Pass.
And it's getting pretty good reviews.
Wait, Another Crab
it's
Treasure
got-
is not just on Switch.
No, it's on Game Pass. It's on Game Pass. It's on PC. You
I
can
can
play
pl-
it from your PC. So let me tell you the games that you can currently get from Game Pass. We might have to clip this whole segment and turn it into a short. But here are the games you can currently own on PC for Xbox Game Pass. Manor Lord, Another Crab's Treasure, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Udon Chronicles, Orcs Must Die 3, Howard Halibut. Most of the games that came out last week, pretty much.
just not Stellar Blade.
Alpha, yeah, because that's PlayStation. Alpha. I don't know what Alpha is, but I might have to look that up. Alpha Centauri. I don't know what that is. Populous. I don't know what that is as well. Chat, fill me in. There is also Ori and the Blind Forest. That's another game. But let's look at the most recently added stuff. Tomb Raider. Which is this? Tomb Raider. Shadow of the Tomb Raider Definitive Edition just got added. Ark Survival Advance. Wait a minute. Is this the new Ark Survival Ascended? That's the new one, right?
I don't
Somebody
know.
fill me in?
Not familiar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
that's
new
right.
version to Ark. It's on Game Pass. Yeah, that's the new one. So the new Ark is also on Game Pass. Super
That's a
Hot
good
is
lineup.
also on Game Pass. The newest Super Hot. Mind Control Delete. Holy shit, bro.
That's a good lineup.
Diablo
shout
4 is also
And Ark
on
is a
Game Pass.
$45 game.
pass. I'll pass on the Diablo 4.
Diablo 4 is on Game Pass. Evil West is also on Game Pass. Bro, No More Heroes. N2 Alive just pointed that out. No More Heroes is also on Game Pass.
Yo, is Ark Survival the game with the dinosaurs?
Yes, it plays like Power World. Or Power World plays like it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. With
Mhm.
the dinosaurs.
Yeah,
But bro,
I've
there's
seen that.
there's a few
Super
games
funny
on here
clips.
that are actually hot right now, bro.
I
There's a
got that
few-
for free on PSN.
Heartless, how do you feel
and-
about Game Pass now?
Do games leave Game Pass?
Yes, they do
Yeah.
eventually. They cycle
Oh.
through games like Netflix cycles through movies.
I don't feel
So-
good about it.
Huh?
So
feel good
on
about it.
a lot of
You
the
don't
games
feel
that
good
you
about it?
mentioned-
No, I don't.
Why not?
Imagine starting Ark on Game Pass, and you put like 100.
Then
games
you
into
but no,
it.
but the thing is you can actually get it for cheaper if you have Game Pass. If it's leaving, they give you a chance to buy the game for cheap.
Okay, we'll talk about it. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
cool.
so-
One
Actually,
thing,
Game
a
Pass
lot
is
of-
cool.
A lot of the games that you mentioned just now.
Fallout. All the Fallout games are on Game Pass, by the way.
I've
Sorry.
gotten
Keep
on.
going.
I've gotten on PlayStation Plus for free, and I still have them. So
But that's PlayStation. PlayStation Plus is essentially Xbox Game Pass.
yeah. But what I'm saying is, I got them for free, and I can re-download them at any time. They're not just available,
Xbox used to give
granted,
out games, but they stopped.
Granted,
I
I
don't
can
know
only
why.
do it that 1 month, and if I miss that month, I don't get a chance again. But that does that. A lot of them that you said, Ark was one of them. There was a couple others that you said. The Tomb Raider. There was a
Mhm.
couple of I got them for free when PlayStation on PS Pass
All right, so
months
Haiti-
ago, and I've never played them. So my
All
cloud
right,
is
so
full.
80 says in the chat, I think Game Pass is great for super casual gamers, but it's useless to me. Either I'm going to play something for years or not at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I share that same
Yeah,
I share that same thing.
I see that,
Like literally, I have all these games in my backlog, but I only play Street Fighter.
bro.
So-
I have so many games in my backlog. I want to start a series on my stream and call it into
Bucket
enter the
list?
backlog.
And I have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth right now, and I am playing through it. And once I get through the 300 hours or whatever of the game, I may not pick it up again for another couple of years, when I want to experience the story again.
Mhm.
But yeah, this is the cycle for me. I don't finish a lot of games now. I just don't, because I keep coming back to Street
Oh,
Fighter.
by the way, Heartless, if you you could have had the Halo Master Chief Edition on Game Pass. You could have been playing that.
But I own the Master Chief Edition for $10. Every single
Yeah,
Halo game.
that's
Haters,
right.
you tell them. Haters, y'all hear that? We're gonna be on that Halo tonight.
All right, that's what's up.
But
The Rainbow
on
Six is on there.
that flip side, though,
Mhm.
like every game that I've bought for my Switch, I have beaten because when I take my Switch places and I'm looking to kill time, I'm playing a game on my Switch. So that I don't know. There seems to be maybe it's just me as a gamer, but yeah, every game for my Nintendo Switch I have beaten. But
Yeah, Persona 4 Reloaded is also on there too.
So,
but yeah, Game Pass has some great games on here though. I have a bunch of great games on here. Back to what we were saying. Another game. Tales of Kanzari. Does anybody have any thoughts about Tales of Kanzari? Tales of Kanzara, sorry.
It's another platformer game, right?
Yes, it is.
It reminds me of the Prince of Persia game that you was talking about.
Yeah, Lost Crown.
Yes.
It does. It does remind me of that too.
The game's pretty cool. It's getting pretty good reviews so far. A game 77 on Metacritic, an 8 on IGN. GameSpot also gave it an 8. So overall, really good reviews across the board. And again, Metrovania game. What's not to love? But what the game's got going for it is it's centered around a lot of African culture, like
Bandu culture,
like Black Panther. Like Black Panther. Like it embraces that culture, which is really cool. And it looks like this could spark a whole new genre. That's what a couple of these stories are saying. They think it's gonna spark a new IP.
But it's a very specific culture. It's called Bandu culture. That's a culture within the African diaspora. So
it's cool.
Yeah, it is a very cool game, and people are saying it should be a franchise. It feels strong enough to become its own franchise.
Let's look in recent media. This looks like Avatar, Black Panther. That type of aesthetic is really really popular right now.
I like it. I do like it a lot. It's currently $19 on Steam.
It feels fresh.
On Game Pass?
It's not on Game Pass. No, it is on Game Pass, but it's like you're not getting it for free on Game Pass. It's $17 on Game Pass. So if you have Game Pass, you're getting it for $17.
It feels fresh and it feels reverent to the source material, but Resident Evil 5 isn't anywhere on this.
No, I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna hop into it at some point, but I got so many games that I'm playing right now. Like another Crab's Treasure. Enter into the backlog. There we go. See, you're getting it, Heartless. You're getting it.
Is this available on the Switch?
I think it is. It's on all platforms.
All platforms. Yeah, I would buy this. Again, another Switch game. This is the game I would pick up and play and finish on my Switch.
Like I said, it's a $20 game, so you're not really it's not a big commitment, $20. Meanwhile, not the shade Prince of Persia, but Prince of Persia was a $60 game.
Yeah.
Damn.
And this game was showcased at the Game Awards last year, if I remember correctly.
For a game that can run on an iPad?
Man, bro.
I mean, am I wrong though?
I think iPads are even more powerful than Switches.
I mean, yeah, pretty much, because Nintendo refuses to upgrade their damn product. But hey, what do I know? Which will kind of ties into what we have for the rumor this week. So we can keep going. But yeah, the Tales of Kanzari looks pretty good. I like it. It's very colorful too. It's very bright.
Yeah, this is what's getting me more and more into it. It's just so vibrant and very just exciting to look at.
I kind of have an issue with the character models, but that's about it. I don't know. Their face, I don't know if it's. I'm not seeing it enough, but their facial features look weird to me. It looks almost like a doll, and I don't like that. But besides that, the gameplay looks fun.
The only thing I could see taking me out of this is everything looks really small. I don't know if this is like, if I was to play this on a Switch, it'd probably be too small for me to truly enjoy.
I think the reason why they did that is so you can see the entire landscape.
Yeah,
that's their way of showing off the landscape. Because if you notice, it zooms in,
Yeah.
Sometimes
On
it
a
zooms
console
in and
though, that
zooms
wouldn't
out.
be a problem
Huh?
as much. On a console though, that probably wouldn't be a problem. It probably would just be like a really big Switch problem because
Mm.
you can't really. You can only
Yeah,
be
you can't
set,
adjust
Switch.
anything on the Switch.
But you can
Oh,
plug the Switch into the TV.
Yeah, but
well,
I think he
not
has the
mine.
the other one, the
I only
Switch
have the
Lite.
light, so
Mhm. Man, just do that a Hadouken, bro, or a Kamehameha. That looks more like a Kamehameha, bro.
I'm interested in the magic. Like, what's the source
Definitely
of this
Kamehameha.
magic that they have?
Hmm.
It
But the
looks
game is
really
fun.
cool. I'd give
Yeah.
this a try.
hmm Anybody else in the chat? What are your thoughts on this game?
But I
Let
agree
us know.
with Hades. Phones are stronger. My iPhone's 10 times stronger than the Switch.
hmm Which other game? 'Cause we can touch on one more game before we get into. So here we go. My game, Another Crab's Treasure. Any thoughts on Another Crab's Treasure before I get into it? Because I will get into it.
The game looks
It looks
fucking
really
fun.
cool. Yeah.
You know what's got me is first of all the art style,
hmm
and it's got a cheat menu that lets you make the game harder or easier depending on if you want to go that. I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
Remember
Don't
when
even.
games used to do that?
Yo, Heartless, I want you to know something. Because I don't know if you were watching me playing the game, because I was playing the game recently on stream. You know the game. There's a shell in the game that is basically a 9mm.
Yep.
Like you put the shell on your back.
You put it on your back and you aim it like an actual gun. It's a gun. It's literally a gun. The shell on your
So
back is a gun,
yeah,
and you
Heartless,
aim
there's
and
a
shoot
menu where you go
everything
in.
inside. It's a
Yeah,
one-shot kill.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
it's got all these menu items where you can switch the game, make the game easier or harder for you. One on the
Mhm.
very bottom it says, "Give the crab a gun," and you put that
That's
on, and you have this
crazy.
giant ass gun on your
And that's
back.
on Switch.
This
It's
is on
on
all, yeah,
everything. It's on all platforms.
everything.
The game is a lot of fun, bro. But again, for all my viewers, all our viewers listening right now, do not let the bright colors fool you. I told Jerem this before the show. This should have been the tagline for the game. This game is hard. It's not an easy game. Bro, it took me an hour to about an hour and a half to beat one boss. One
God
boss.
damn.
One boss. The game is hella difficult, bro. I was going through it with this dude, bro. But the game's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. A lot
It
of
looks
fun.
like a lot of fun. You got to stream it more.
Yes, I'm definitely gonna stream it a lot more. But yeah. What I
I'd
like
love to
about the
see
game
this
as well, it
game on.
reminds someone. So someone came in the chat. I don't know if it was Hades or somebody else came in the chat and said it looks like I think it was Wino FGC. Shout out to Wino. He came in and said the game is basically SpongeBob SquarePants meets Dark Souls, and I'm like, yeah, that's accurate.
Oh yeah, that is the perfect analogy.
Yeah, when
That
he
is
said
a
that, I was
perfect
like,
analogy.
yeah, that's accurate. That's
That is the
pretty accurate.
perfect analogy.
Yeah. So but the game is so much fun, bro, and it's so funny. I read reviews where some of the reviewers were saying it was too many crab puns, but I didn't mind it. I thought it was a part of the charm. I enjoy it. So, but yeah, if you guys are
See,
interested in checking it
that
out,
would just draw me even more in if it
yeah.
has just those cheeky puns like
So
that.
instead of saying crap, he says, "Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap!" So shit like that. Those are the kind of puns he'll do. But yeah.
When I saw you playing and all the videos I've seen,
Mhm.
he's just fighting with a fork. Is that the only weapon you get in the game?
I don't.
Or do you get other weapons?
You're gonna get other weapons, but you start off with a fork. But you have shells, and each shell. The game has 96 shells in the game, each having its own abilities, bro. Each shell
Okay.
has an ability. That's insane. And this is also, I'd like to point out that this is also an indie game.
Okay, so the shells, are they in your inventory, or do you?
Yo, once you get them,
once you
they
take the
show
shell
up in
off,
your
do you lose the
inventory.
shell forever?
I
Or
don't know.
what?
I don't know. I haven't gotten a second shell yet.
You don't have a place you can store them?
I don't know. So the
That's
more
what
I
I
play, the more I'll
wondered.
find out.
Is it like what's that series where you have the guns and
More than
you get
likely,
a
I
new
think once you get the shells, you can
Borderlands?
store them. I think you can
Is it
store
like
them.
Borderlands where you get a new gun, you just throw the older one on the ground and you know?
I don't think that's what it is. I think once you unlock the shell, you can go back to it and use it. So,
Because that's where my wonder is.
so
'Cause
it's almost like
every
a
time,
Metroidvania in that respect, where you might end up have to use a shell for a particular reason. So it's
You
more
and
strategic.
is anyone open to the idea of a game that looks like this, but it be hard and it be like a Sonic game? Is anyone open to this
I
idea?
mean, they tried
Because
it with Sonic Frontiers, but it didn't really go
yeah.
anywhere.
You know what's funny?
Well,
Today was the first time in a long time that I thought to myself, I'd like a good Sonic game I could play.
Sonic Frontiers had so much promise, but it didn't go anywhere.
Camera problems, from what I understand, right?
Camera problems. It's I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why they needed to make a Sonic game a open world game. That's my opinion. That might
Well,
be an
Sonic
unpopular opinion.
Adventures. You don't
Huh?
remember Sonic Adventures
It
from the
wasn't
Dreamcast?
necessarily it's open area, but it was an open world.
You don't remember
Sonic Adventure
Adventures
1
from
and
the
2 was
Dreamcast?
lit.
Mm-hmm.
Sonic Adventures from the Dreamcast is one of my all-time favorite games.
Yeah,
Bro,
but
I had a Dreamcast
I
in
thought you were saying it was
1999.
open world. I'm saying to me it was more open area than it was an open world.
Mm, potato, in my opinion.
Yeah, what is the difference, please?
What's the difference? So an open area means that it's still a level, but it's just a big level, almost like a biome, and you can go to other places. But an open world is just like Grand Theft Auto. It's an open world. You can go anywhere.
Bro,
There's no
Sonic
switching in
Adventure
between.
1,
Huh?
in Sonic Adventure 1, were you not going from the only thing that you're right, they were different levels, but
Yeah, they are different levels.
Each level was just a different part of one big world, and the only thing, like, you would go from one part of one level to the other part of it, essentially. Like, let's say you was in a mountain range,
Mhm.
and then you walk down the mountain range, then you just get to the city, and now you're in the city part of the open world. But it's kind of open world, the whole thing, no?
No,
Not that I recall.
Sonic
No.
Adventures. It was like to get from one part to the next, you had like a traditional Sonic level where you had to run and
No,
do
it's
the loop.
well, those are considered levels. Like I said, it's a biome. So biomes are basically it's not open world. Open world games are like Grand Theft Auto and like Witcher and games like that. Sonic is something Sonic Adventure is a totally different game. It's like I think so Hades is saying is by the logic, Super Mario Sunshine is an open world game. Exactly. And Super Mario Sunshine is not an open world game.
I would
So
contest
it's continuously
You
open.
don't think Super Mario 64 is an open world game?
No,
No, it's not. That's
You
an
have to
that's
have the
not. That
portals
is
to
what I
take
would call
you
an
to the
open
levels,
area
yeah.
game. So it's just like that. It's an open area game.
Yeah, you have a hub that takes you to the
Exactly.
levels.
There are hubs. Exactly. That's what I was trying to say. There are hubs. You have different hubs. Call it biomes.
Open world is like what Hades said here. It's like, yeah, continuously
open. So Spider-Man, the Arkham games, all those games are open
everything
world
that can happen in the game happens in the
in that
engine, right?
area. Yeah.
In that area.
I see.
So that's the main distinction. But
the tech wasn't there
Sonic
yet.
Adventures
Exactly.
was
I agree,
great.
Hades.
Exactly
I
what
agree.
Hades said. Exactly.
I agree.
Exactly.
Sonic Adventures was great, and it would be great to have another game like that.
Yeah, but like I said, Sonic Frontier had a lot of potential. Like I love what they were doing with it. He got upgrades and stuff like that, but I don't know what it was. Like the music also, I didn't like the music. The music was a turn off for me. It was like a bunch of like low, slow music, and I don't think Sonic should have that kind of music. I would have to show you guys the game for you guys to get what I'm talking about.
Sonic
But I was
Frontier,
hopeful of the game,
yeah.
but it wasn't it.
I saw a bunch of stuff about it, and just I heard that they had
Shadow
like
the
your
Hedgehog 2 when I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to that. I'm looking
your
forward
biggest
to that.
enemies the camera, from what I hear. So I was like, I don't want to try that. I don't want to get frustrated.
Yeah, you have to fight giant bosses in Sonic Frontiers too. Giant ass bosses.
But Crab's Treasure, though, this game looks so fun. Like this
It
game
is
looks
fun.
a lot of fun.
It is fun.
Like the charming nature of it has already got me. Like, even if the gameplay was ass, I probably would still play it for the campy nature of it.
The gameplay is not ass, but there are I wouldn't call them bugs per se, but there's some inaccuracies, I would say, in the game. And I think one patch could fix it. That's it. That's
Okay.
it. Like sometimes the character will like dodge in place, which is sometimes annoying, especially when you're fighting a boss. That was one of the things
You
that
said the game is
kept killing me.
hard. Like, what makes it hard specifically? Is it like, are you fighting against the mechanics, or are they just fucking? The enemies do high damage, or what's
The enemy is high damage. You're fighting with the mechanics, and the enemy can also one shot kill you.
Dark Souls, yeah.
Pretty
It
much.
is, it is
Pretty
definitely
much.
be Dark Souls.
Pretty
Souls like
much.
for sure.
Exactly. Bro, I had the boss on a speck of life, and this dude did a back-to-back grab 4 times. I will never forget it. One, because that grab is just a quick kill. One, I dodged it. Two, I dodged it. Three, I dodged it. Back to back. He did it back to back. He's never done that since I was fighting him in the game until his life was low. Fourth time, grabbed me, and I was like, this is some bullshit.
Damn. All right. Sign me up. Sign me
Yeah.
up. If it's, sign
You're
me up
gonna
for Game
either
Pass. If it's on
love the
there,
game or you're going to hate the game.
I'm gonna
but
love it.
I would say try the game. It's a lot of fun. What?
I'm gonna love it. Like I
Mhm.
love games that are
The bright
slow.
colors with the intense difficulty is such a juxtaposition, bro. It's insane. Trust
This
me.
man said juxtaposition, bro.
Yes.
We gonna make it, guys. We gonna make it. We gonna make it out here.
Okay, so is it like Dark Souls? If you die, you
There's
have to
levels
start
to
the
this
whole
Yes.
level
shit.
over again?
Yes, if
Just
you
like that?
die. Yes, if you die, start over again, and you have to collect whatever you dropped in your previous death.
You
You
get one
gotta do
chance to
that.
collect it, or
Mhm.
you die, or it's gone forever.
No, you have to go collect it.
Yeah, but do you get one chance? What if you die? Go to collect it. It's
If
gone
you
forever?
die, on your way to go collect it, then it's gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you
yeah.
get one chance to
Yes,
just like
and if
it's
you go to a
Dark
rest
Souls.
stop and you save, any enemy you kill comes back.
Yeah.
So it
Shout out
is-
to Dark
it is
Souls, the most
legit also
imitated
like.
Dark Souls, the most imitated game engine in the world right now. Seriously.
Yeah.
Because it's how a game should be made.
Mhm.
Think about it. A combat system should have a parry.
Mhm.
You should have a lock-on feature of that nature. There should be really
Dodge.
cool big. There should be a dodge. There should be really cool big monsters, and there should be really small fast ones, and there should be a level up system that allows you to be creative in the way you want to do combat, and you have a fun game with a lot of replay value.
True.
Yeah.
True.
And I love the idea of speedrunning these hard games. Like that has opened up a whole new door of content creation that may or may not have been existing before or thriving before. I love it.
Mm.
I love it. Speedrunning games in general, I'm a huge fan of watching and studying because you have to know a lot about the game. You have to know the game mechanics perfectly. You have to know where all the bugs are in a game.
Bro,
You
Right.
have to know all these different things.
By the way, I
to
want to stop
really-
for a second. Sorry. Shout out to our 13 viewers on X. Appreciate
Shout out
y'all
to
for
them.
watching.
Shout out to X.
definitely.
Sorry to cut you off, Jerem. Keep going.
I don't know, so that was pretty much my point. But I'm saying I love the idea. I love speedrunning. I wish it would become like a
Dude.
more legitimized.
There's a
Sport.
big speed running scene on Twitch. I don't know if you guys know that.
And YouTube for sure.
ESL
YouTube, yeah.
used to have speedrunning league kind of things that they used to support and sponsor, but not anymore. They don't do that any longer.
The other night, Hades and I was playing Halo, and he was like, "Yo, the speedrunning strat is to crouch and then jump up this rock, and then you do it again, and then you get up here, and this is the platform." I could not get that shit. I could not get that shit. And then to imagine that people just do it in 2 seconds,
Right.
and that they do it consistently enough to even consider that a viable strategy
Practice.
is
For me,
it's crazy,
the
bro.
patience these people have, well, especially some of these Dark Souls runners, is I'm gonna go through the whole game, not get hit once.
Right.
like serious. So if you get hit once, you start all the way. What if you're
You
75%
know what
of the way in?
the God run
know?
is?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Is where you go through the whole game without dying, without getting.
Oh,
hit.
yeah.
You go through every Souls game without
Yeah.
dying.
Without
and
dying.
without getting touched. And if you get touched, you have to start from the first game.
No, you fucking
Yeah.
lying.
Somebody
Yeah,
has
man.
done that. Somebody
right.
has done that.
It's
What?
happened a couple of times.
Somebody has beaten
Yeah.
every Souls game in a row, and if he were to take damage, he'd have to start from the beginning. And I'm pretty sure he did it on level 1. No level ups. People are
What?
doing this. People
Yeah.
are doing this. This is the stuff that people do.
Jesus.
And think about the skill and the patience, and to just to
The patience, man.
keep that
is
grind
crazy.
on.
Damn,
Imagine
bro.
if you're in Dark Soul. Imagine if you reach all the way to Elden Ring and then you get hit and you gotta go all the way back. Like what the fuck? Wow.
Mm.
Man said, "What you know about Halo 2 Legendary Zero Shot? Are people doing that? I'd imagine people are doing that. That's crazy.
That's insane.
You take
Yeah.
one shot in Legendary. Wait, people play
You know-
what?
okay, so the people, let's just say someone like Mena, who's winning tournaments, winning leagues, yeah, sure, very impressive. But the people that are doing stuff like this, the God mode you just mentioned, and what Hades just put here, that is where real gaming skill comes in.
Oh no.
Seriously.
Don't you dare disrespect Mana in the Street Fighter. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't
They're
no
You think
both
way.
so?
no, no disrespect to Mena, but I just say like those that takes tremendous skill to do what these speedrunners are doing.
Well, hold on. You can beat Halo without firing a single shot.
What is that? What Hades is saying in the chat?
Yes. That's what he's saying.
You can fire a shot. By the way,
Yo, Iggy, people do that, bro. People have beaten every Souls game in a row without getting touched.
Yeah.
bro, you know the level of skill that takes
Yeah.
and patience. 'Cause I'm pretty
Yo,
sure he
Yeah.
dies a few times.
Yeah, of course. They die a few times, yes. But they play with naked characters so that when they roll, they have the most amount of invincibility frames. And they take advantage of that mechanic. And then they also god tier parry people. And then they memorize the whole game.
Yep.
Damn, bro, that's insane.
I don't know how much grass they're touching, but I'm just gonna I'm just gonna assume it's on the
Assume
low
not
end.
much.
I support them though.
Yeah.
Touching grass is not like essential
That's
for living.
Guinness Book of World
They
Records.
It's a
ain't
type
bonus.
touching no
situation, bro.
grass. They ain't touching no women. They ain't touching nothing.
No. You never know. You never know. Yo, listen. You know what? Nothing. This is a gaming podcast.
Oh my god! All right, so the
Is that
moment
the
you
segue?
all
Is
have been
that
waiting
the
for.
segue? Is that the
Hmm?
segue we needed to get into
Yes.
the juicy topic?
Right, the moment we've all been waiting for. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good segue. Stellar Blade came out this week.
Stellar
Booty.
Blade, the PlayStation exclusive to end all PlayStation exclusives.
Right?
Booty.
Who has been playing Stellar Blade? Chat, I need to know. Germ, how do you feel
Well,
about Stellar
first of
Blade?
all, I can see there's 4 viewers right here in the
Mhm.
Twitch. I
Mhm.
bet you the normal amount of viewers we would have are playing Stellar Blade right now.
Right.
They're not watching this, you know.
Censored
The
Blade
game
is more like. That's what Zeely just said
Mhm.
in the chat.
The game is really cool, and it's stirring a lot of controversy right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, the game obviously released this week. It's been coming up with a lot of hype. There's been a lot of hype surrounding it. The demo came out that kind of broke the internet there for a little bit. The gameplay has the game developers have come out and said I'll quote them. It says the Stellar Blade, it takes influences from Bayonetta and Nier Automata. To fully enjoy the game, it wields them proudly, channeling not just ideas but themes, designs, and even stylistic flourishes from games like Bayonetta and Nier Automata. It's only through understanding where Stellar Blade comes from that you can begin to discern what it improves on. So, in order to really appreciate the game, it seems like you have to know those games. Which I have played Bayonetta. I haven't played Nier Automata though, but everyone knows who 2B is, right?
Actually, I have Neo 1 and 2. I just never played
Yeah.
it. Again, backlog situation.
Backlog. The gameplay though is fun. I played the demo. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I love the parry system. It's just like Dark Souls. It's got that parry system. The
Mhm.
monsters, they tackle you, they grab you. But that's not what we're here to talk about.
You want to talk about the cheeks?
We're here to talk about them cheeks.
Not necessarily. So here's the thing. Because I've seen a lot of people. I've seen comments on both ends of the spectrum about this game, right? And there are some people who would say, you're sick if you play this game or if you buy this game. And then I'm thinking about this and I'm like, yo, why are we trying to control what people play? Why are we trying to control when people use their hard-earned money, like what they spend their hard-earned money on? That's not your opinion. And if the game is not hurting anyone, why do you care? And why are you trying to judge people based on that?
We've gone through this a few other times in the past. Being a Soul Calibur series fan,
Mhm.
I've been through this for every game that's come out because of Ivy. You know, the game
Mhm.
gets blasted because Ivy, she's wearing no clothes. And then Dragon's Crown, it's a side-scrolling beat 'em up game that has these really, really bad character models of these voluptuous women. The game sold the game sold really well, and it's a really fun game, and again it gets overshadowed because of all these things. And I to be honest, I will stand on that hill that Soul Calibur I think wasn't given a fair chance because of the sexualization. People turned away from it because of this woke culture, and it feels like we're kind of coming back around now.
You think so? I feel like
I
Soul
think so.
Calibur. What about Mortal Kombat? Mortal Kombat was kind of provocative back in the day as well. And look at it
Well,
now.
look where it is now. Those
Look at
characters are
Cammy.
nowhere near as well endowed.
Look
Well,
at
true.
now as
Cammy.
they
Well, true.
were.
No, but I feel all right. Capcom. I think Capcom is kind of a different case. They don't care. I feel like Capcom. They just don't. They don't listen to critics. That's my opinion. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Yeah.
I feel like if
Capcom?
if they listened to critics, these Street Fighter characters wouldn't look the way they do right now. They would.
I think it served a purpose at a time, with Cammy's ass hanging out and all that kind of stuff. Like these games were in arcades. So you have a very specific people you're trying to reach, back then.
So if you're gonna nerf the females, nerf the guys too. How about that? But no, yeah, I don't want to do that.
This is the point that I wanted to bring up is
Mhm.
Eve is super sexy. I don't know if you're able to put pictures of her up, Cash, but this woman is super sexy in this game. And granted there aren't, but the men in there in games, like I don't see people complaining that the male standard is Kratos. Like, there are no men that look like
Because
that at all.
Germ,
So,
here's the thing,
no.
Germ. Men are not complaining about the shit, Germ.
Oh.
We're not. We're never looking at a video game character, especially the guys in the video game. I'm not looking at Kratos like, yo, this dude is way too buff, bro. I can't stand
Well, what
this
I'm
shit.
saying is that I don't see the women complaining that Kratos is putting out a unrealistic male standard.
No,
Men don't look like
bro,
that for the most part.
Bro, I
So-
am saying that most of these complaints, I'm pretty sure, are not coming from men. And the women that are complaining are not supporters of these games. They're not playing video games. They're not a part of the gaming community. So why are we allowing outsiders to dictate what happens in the gaming community?
As far to say as I don't think female gamers are complaining about this character. Correct me if I'm wrong, any female gamers. Don't gaslight me, but it's not female gamers appreciate, a hot girl.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yo.
They love
Uncle Shag said a few men that complain are most likely tourists. Yeah, you're not really gamers, bro. If you're gonna complain about stuff like that. I heard one of the reviewers, I think he's also a game developer, said that the character, her physique is way too distracting. I'm like, the character is too distracting for you? So you can't enjoy the game. You can't play the game because this character is just too distracting. You can get other clothes for her and just cover her up, right? You can do that, right? And just play the game.
That are fully clothed.
That's an option. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a gamer.
So, and then the game is also facing a little bit of a backlash. Apparently, the outcry was so hard against the sexualization of the game. There was a petition. The developers they put there are certain costumes that you can put on, and they did a patch in the game where it'll change the angle where you don't get as good a view of her ass. So now there's a petition online, and it's garnered almost 18,000 signatures to reverse that. Because people are claiming that it's censorship, it's an overcorrection, all that stuff. And how do we feel about that? Personally, I'm against censorship in gaming, censorship in media, period, really. So if that is the case, I think it should. If there's one thing that would just blanketly solve all these problems in any game ever, there should be a setting where if you want to go fully sexual, there should be a setting that you can turn off in a menu. Like they do
just
that with
give people
blood
the
in
option.
games.
Something similar to what Baldur's Gate kind of had in here.
Yeah, they do that in they do that with blood in games where I can turn the blood on and off on games.
Yeah, you can even turn it down.
Yeah. So why don't we just do that same thing with the sexualization in games? If you want to go hard like this,
But that's what I'm
you know,
saying,
just
Jerem,
keep
right?
it
Not
as
to cut you
is,
off, but that's what I've
turn
been
it up.
saying though. You can cover the character up if that's such a problem for you. They have outfits for the character for you to change. You can do that. Am I wrong
And
about
then let's also not. And people are saying it's an unrealistic body expectation on women, which say
that?
The
what you will
game,
Again,
about that.
the
again,
game's
This
not.
it's
this
not.
woman is this character was designed off a real woman, a real Korean model.
Right.
So they scanned her body. Here she is.
But
So
Good
the game's
lord.
not. The game's not like the game didn't release, and the game's not telling people that this is what women should look like. Who
Exactly.
then who insinuated that that is what this company is doing? They're just
Yo,
releasing a
they're
game.
going as far as to say that people are self-deleting because of this game. This game is hurting people. That's how far they're willing to go. That's how far people are willing to take this. That people are self-deleting because of this game. I'm like, you guys need to stop. Like, please stop. Stop.
and they're trying to tell you a
She don't even look
story,
sexual.
and they're
Is
trying
there
to sell
sex in
you
the
a
game?
No, there's none.
no. It's just she jiggles everywhere. And and then it's not just her. A lot of the NPCs, they have the jiggle, and they're not going for him too. But it's like it's not that big a deal. It just
Right.
really isn't. And as I mentioned earlier, just make a setting where you can turn it on or off how hard it goes.
Bro, I don't
How
see this
well it
game as that
steers.
bad. Like I'm looking at the game right now. It's not that bad.
It does not look that bad at all.
It doesn't.
I mean, there's no if you find graphics of her running, you'll see what I mean. She does jiggle a lot.
Yeah.
And they do angles on her. Like if she's going up a ladder, you get a straight up view. You get to see, you get a straight up view. And there is this one suit. It's like she's got it's skin color. Like most of it looks like her skin, so it looks like she's naked.
Mm-hmm.
There is that one costume, but they kind of, you could say, did that with the menu, with the costume options, like you said earlier, Cash. Like if you want to have it more covered up, just wear the more covered up costume. If you want to go make your
It's
look,
that simple. It's that simple,
yeah,
bro. Play the way you want. It's that simple.
yeah, play the way you want, play what suits you, and plus, this is a PVE game. You're gonna play it at home, so it's
Right.
like what you do in your private of your home is your business.
Right. People want to play characters that look like heroes and or look like they're at the peak of their physical whether it be
Like right there, that
attractiveness
offer right there.
or athleticism. That's what people want to play.
Like that
I
outfit right there, where she had the sweater. Like if she's wearing that sweater, which is in the demo too, if she's wearing that sweater, you
Mm-hmm.
don't get as much jiggle in the front. So and seeing this one too, where it's like you have the option to get her covered up as much as you want to go.
Right. Yeah,
And
it's just too much. You're getting out of hand with this, bro.
another point
I
I wanted to bring up is I'm sorry that if you could go to any gym or any place where there's women and they have tight clothes on like this. Like I've seen, leggings are everywhere these days. So it's like why are we putting that on this girl? She's not even real. You
my
know?
my,
She's
my thing is the game doesn't even have sex, and you can go and pick up a prostitute in Grand Theft Auto, pay her with Grand Theft Auto money,
mm-hmm.
have sex, and then run her over and get your money back. Now, I don't understand what the
I don't
issue
know, bro.
here is. I don't know what the issue here is.
I really don't.
And to be honest, this is actually good for the industry because what, you're paying $60-$70 for this game to get this content, when I'm sorry, you could get the same thing for free on the internet. you know?
Right.
So it's like it's so what, We're actually bringing, we've talked about layoffs in the industry. We have talked about is the industry profitable? Is microtransactions the way? Well, you want alternatives. What sells better than a sexy woman, in a game?
Right. I
Replay
don't know, bro.
value.
Yeah,
I don't know, bro.
Replay value.
it's just an overcorrection. People and the people that are complaining haven't played the game.
Here's the
That's all
thing:
I'm-
modern sensibilities are not that sensible. That's all I'm
Yeah.
gonna end on. That's it.
But the gameplay wise, though, the game's really fun. It's really fast paced. It's got a lot of uh, the defensive and offensive mechanics you would like if you like Devil May Cry. So if you like that game,
Or
this
Bayonetta.
game you're gonna love. It's really that simple, gameplay wise. Story wise, I can't comment too much, but I do know it's some kind of post-apocalyptic
says-
story.
Didn't this
So-
team also make I don't know. I'm really not sure.
I don't know the history of this developer, but
That's not
gameplay
Hades, that's
wise, the
Shank.
game is worth.
Shank,
But
sorry, my bad.
in terms of reviews, though, a lot of the reviews are very positive, with the exception of IGN giving it a 7. And
IGN was the only one to give it that such low of a score. Everybody else was 8.
Consistently, though, the only negative things I have seen about the game is the gameplay. It knocks on the gameplay. People don't like the gameplay. Sometimes people feel it's a little repetitive and just not fun.
Stale.
That's what I've consistently seen a lot with the reviews. So. But it's being overshadowed by this character model. And to be honest, all the women dress like this that are in the game. So why are we picking specifically on Eve? So
Bro, we can find a multitude of characters right now that I'm pretty sure dress is provocative in gaming. Like again, Bayonetta was also a sexy character.
Soul Calibur,
And
Ivy Valentine, Cammy, White.
You can almost see
list goes
Cammy's.
on.
bro, Cammy looks sexy in her base SF6 outfit.
And to be honest, is Jury even wearing a shirt? Like, what is on the top half of her body? Is that a shirt? What
Kimberly,
is
you
that?
you can
Is that
see her
tattoo?
her
What is
whole
that?
outer thigh, like that entire section is out
Mhm.
and it's laced. And I don't hear complaints about it. You want to know
Yeah.
why? Because they know Capcom don't care. You're just gonna keep
What is it?
complaining
When
until they're blue
Cammy
in the
does
face.
her level 3
Falling
and she
on
does
deaf
that
ears.
flip, and you see straight up her, like,
But that's what
the
people
hell,
need to keep doing. No one needs to respond to these people when they come out with these weird complaints. Ignore them and see how fast they shut up.
And what is it? Chun-Li, every time she does lightning legs from the player 2 side, like you see that thong she's got going on, and she's
What?
the thickest character to ever exist.
I'm actually which costume?
There's your team.
Which
Oh.
costume?
The classic. The classic. If you
Okay.
do lightning legs from the player 2 side, she
But-
she's wearing
Lord
that thong.
Hades is like germ.
This is not new.
Noted.
She's been doing this forever.
Noted. Is it
everyone's
light,
seen
medium, heavy? OD?
It's
Anytime
all
she
about
does
the
lightning
ESG
legs.
scores in the background. Facts, Zilly. That's 100% right. And maybe we need to start talking about the ESG score. So for people who don't really understand what that is, kind of like put that to light a little bit.
Let's
If you
go.
guys want us to talk more about that, I will definitely get into that for y'all. Trust me. I'm not afraid of that.
So I was just saying, and we're picking on this developer and this game when it's been out of the industry forever, and like Ivy Valentine's ass. Okay. So the super for Ivy and Soul Calibur 6 is she's hitting you with the whip. You are literally seeing her whole ass cheeks while she's whipping you with the whip, and then she hits you on the ground, puts your face in the ground, and then she curb stomps you. And this whole time, you're seeing straight up her crotch. It's like,
What?
yeah. Soul Calibur 6, Critical Edge. So it's like, just people just need to calm down and just be okay with it, because it's not that big a deal.
All right. So I think that's pretty much it for tonight's show, guys. We're going to end right there.
We're gonna end on that. Okay.
We're ending right there. Yeah.
We're gonna let everyone go with booty being the last thing in their minds.
Yes. Pretty much. But thank you guys.
Wait in.
Heartless, before we go, please let the people know.
All right, you guys know the drill. I gotta do my favorite part of the thingy. All right, everybody. First off, shout out to everybody that was here, everybody in the chat. Shout out to Cash for putting all this production together, and shout out to Germ for being an excellent co-host.
For sure.
I had a lot of fun. These guys talked a lot tonight. They had a lot on their minds. I was remaining fairly quiet a lot of the time, and they managed to hit 2.5 hours going back
Bro.
and forth. Excellent stuff. Reaper, welcome in.
Reaper
Before we
was
end the
good,
night, you know I got to do my affiliate link just to let people know I am affiliated, certified, affiliated, navigated. Cash is
Okay.
like you better get on with this shit right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Silas lost the flow. He lost the flow. He lost the flow.
Okay, guys, got you. First affiliate link, obviously, is our Origin PC affiliation. Are you trying to build the ultimate gaming PC? Then look no further than Origin PC. They're an award-winning PC building company, whether you're a gamer or a professional gamer. Origin PC has you covered. Check them out by clicking the link in the show notes or the description of this podcast. Also, this is an affiliate link, so any qualifying purchase will result in us getting a commission at no extra cost to you. That was
There you
in
go.
half. That was like one breath.
One breath.
Um,
You
the
got it,
next,
man.
the next affiliate link is GameFly. Looking for the ultimate gaming experience without breaking the bank? With GameFly, you can rent discs hassle-free, dive into unlimited gaming, and snag great deals on used games and movies. Use GameFly to check out games you're not so sure about, and once you've decided, you can buy it outright at a discounted price or send it back with no problem. Want to pause your subscription? Not a problem. You can do that at any time. GameFly makes it easy to check out your games at your terms. Just click the affiliate link in the show notes to get started. Any qualifying purchase will result in us getting a commission. It will cost you. And our third and last affiliate link is for Fanatical. Fanatical is your one-stop shop for over 1 million passionate gamers like you. Whether you're craving the latest AAA title or hunting for indie gems, whether you're searching for incredible deals on your favorite games, Fanatical has you covered. With a massive selection, unbeatable prices, you're sure to get your gaming fix. Oh, I messed that up. With the massive selection and unbeatable prices, you're sure to get your gaming fix. Just click on the link in the show notes of this podcast. Shout out to everybody here. Thank you very much.
All right, bro. With that said, guys, that's it for
Alright, let's-
tonight's show. Thank you guys for
For,
watching.
before you sign off, Cash, I just want to say 10 more episodes, and then we're
10.
gonna have Heartless playing a.
Oh, yes, you're going to play a side
platform
scrolling action game. That's right.
10 more to go, fellas. Anyway, sorry, Cash.
Yeah, for sure. I'm ready. I want to see it. So Heartless is definitely going to get it done. Oh, yeah. So the restream, guys, I just checked. Anyways, who should we raid out to? Chat. I want the chat to give me somebody to raid out to.
First suggestion.
Tinky's online on his new
Fuck
PC.
Tinky. Fuck Tinky.
Cuz is online.
I'm playing.
Yeah.
We're going to raid Tinky. Let's give Tinky the raid. Guys, stay in here, please. Stand
Let's see
by.
if we can. Is there anyone playing Stellar Blade? That's what we got to raid into.
That'd be some funny shit. We ended on Stellar Blade.
Oh, we ended on. We landed on some
Tinky's
graphic
online? I don't see him. He is.
He's